took the blame. Hands pressed, sins confessed, they sent it away.
Sent it away.
Out the city gates.
Out the city gates.
By what wasn't its own.
Burning by what it wasn't.
But what happens when that gold got rhythm?
What happened when that gold got rhythm?
Yeah. This one's for the scapegoats.
For the scapegoats.
They laid hands on us, made us carry their wrongs, wrote their laws in blood, we wrote freedom in song. Scapegoat Leviticus, yeah, the ritual repeats from temple to courthouse, same deceit in the streets. We the mirror they break when truth gets too loud. Built the nation's backbone, they erased us from the crowd. They brought the mob and crates, crime hid in the suits, but blame the block for the fruits of their own roots. They profit off sin and wash hands clean while we get the cuffs and the guillotine dream. Yet we still sing mercy, still move divine. Even when the cross and the bars intertwine, we on the freedom beam. Let the light redeem. They can lay it all on me. I still believe.
I still believe.
They can't bury the truth.
Can't bury the truth.
'Cause the soul still gleams.
They're sending out invites, y'all. We about to get started. We about to jump right into it, actually. I know it's been a while, but I'm back. Had to get some work. I've been in the lab with a pen and a pad. What's up, goddess?
They televised the guilt, edited the pain, made our struggle look like the face of the stain. While the mafia dying, Wall Street stole.
We about to get into it, y'all. We're gonna talk about the black hand. Y'all know what the black hand is, right? If you don't, we about to talk about it. Y'all go ahead and get them likes up. Appreciate the likes. Let's get it up. Let's try to get on the For You page. I know they always messing with my channel, y'all. Y'all know that. But I do this for the love of it. You know, it's not even for anything else, man. I do it for the people. Those who want to know, get to know. Those who miss out, miss out. That's just what it is. Like redeem, lay all on me. I still believe. Can't bury the dream. So still gleams. Let it shine. We on that freedom beam. We on that freedom beam. Cotton and Compton, come on. What's up, DJ? I see you up in here, DJ. Make the pain divine. They wrote a song. Now we the chorus, they quote. We the prophets with bars. Every line a note. We breaking the curse. They pretend they ain't there. Come on.
Rise in the face of polluted air. We the sermon in the cipher. The light in the drum. Freedom ain't coming. It already come. This ain't revenge. It's revelation.
Ain't revenge, it's revelation. The scapegoat is eternal this time. Come on. Mafia money, media lies, and FBA truth. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? We're about to get into it. I see you still up in here, DJ. How you doing, DJ? Been a long time. We about to talk about it. I'm working on this series, y'all. I left y'all with the introduction last time. This is episode 3. Episode 3 might be part 4, part 5, part 6. That's how deep the layers go. And I don't want to rush it. I want to cook it. I want to slow cook this thing. We're going to talk about the black hand. So just so you know, just to kind of give y'all because it's been a while, just kind of give y'all what happened, what we talked about in the past. We talked about the 1800s. Okay, we went all the way back to the 1800s when the Irish gangs, the German gangs, the English gangs, Think gangs of New York. We're talking about the 5 points, right? We went all the way from the 5 points. And my premise and the point that I'm trying to nail home is how in the hell did black people, black Americans specifically, foundational black Americans, become the face of crime? Become the face of gang violence? How in the hell did foundational black Americans become the face of terror in a country where they were the victims? They were the ones being terrorized. How in the hell did we become the face of everything degenerate and what's wrong in this country? And I'm here to prove to you that we were the scapegoat. While they were practicing and perfecting organized crime, a lot of us, majority of us, was still in chains in the South, still in chains in the North. And those of us who were free were being terrorized, bullied in every way. In every single way, family. Listen, family, I'm here to tell you that immigration brought crime. And that's where your crime always comes from the immigrant class. It did not come from the Americans. It came from the immigrant class. The Irish was immigrants. The Germans were immigrants. And now we're fast forward into the 1900s, the late 1800s, early 1900s. Now we're getting into the Ellis Islanders. The Ellis Islanders, family. I want y'all to understand the Ellis Islanders, family. And we're about to break it down. So give me a minute. I just want to get my notes together. And we're about to jump into it. We're about to really get into it, family. But I want you to understand. I just want to nail home the fact that I want y'all to think about, I want y'all to really think about it. How in the hell, how in the who's, what, when, where, and why did foundational black Americans become the face of everything degenerate in this country when we brought none of that in? We didn't bring the drugs in here. Drugs was imported. That came with immigration. Family, let's talk about the Chinese and the opium rings. We gonna get into all of that. Family, we did not bring drugs into America. We just was the ones they blamed for the drugs being mass distributed in America, and we didn't do any of it. Family, we got the proof, we got the receipts, and we're about to jump into it. Some comments were filtered to review and approve. Who's saying things they shouldn't be saying here? Okay, that's nothing. I'm gonna, First of all, I hate, listen, man. I'm gonna try not to bring politics into it because I know we got some diehard Democrats up in here. But if you know anything about history, Black Americans were Republicans, and I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm for starting our own party. I don't believe we need to be even mixed up into anything that they're talking about, right? I don't think we need to get mixed up into anything that they're talking about, family. I don't think we need to get mixed up into anything that they're talking about, family. None of the parties agree with us, right? So when you hear people talking about Democrats, I'm out. You hear people talking about Republicans, I'm out. I don't like Black conservatives. I don't like Black liberals. I don't like white conservatives. I don't like white liberals. I'm for foundational Black Americans. I like people who are lineage first. I'm for my lineage. That's what I'm for. If you want to know what side I'm standing on the side of my lineage every time. I'm for, and this is just what I believe. I believe that if you're Black first, you're for America because it covers all spectrum. foundational black, if you do the foundational black American, if you do him right, all of America is being treated fair. If you mistreat the foundational black American, you're harming the best of America. You're harming the best of America. That's just what I truly believe. But here we go. We're about to get into it, family. We're about to get into it. I don't want to stray too far, but I want y'all to understand something. And I'm actually going to back it up a little bit, just a little bit, right? Because we got to talk about this, family. I went over I think I stopped at the introduction, but I want y'all to understand. So 1800s, we had pug uglies, dead rabbits. We had the Tammany Hall. We had all that, right? And now enter then the birth of the Mafia and the Black Hand. What was the Black Hand, family? It was not foundational black Americans. It was Sicilian roots and the business of fear. Family, it was not foundational black Americans. It was Sicilian roots and the business of fear. The business of fear. To understand how organized crime became an American industry, we have to trace its bloodline back across the Atlantic to Sicily. Uh-oh, family, we're about to go deep. Sicily wasn't built on trust, family. It was built on survival. Centuries of conquest, corrupt rulers, and peasants who learned that justice didn't come from courts, it came from connections. I want you to understand. Shout out to Pastor Christian. What's up with you, brother? I want you to understand, man. When I tell you immigrants, think about how we came, where we come from, and think about where they come from. When you're talking about immigration, you're talking about people who have to survive. Understand? I want you to think about it. When you go overseas, family, there's no courts that can save you. There's no court that can defend you. It's corruption. See, I get it. We know that America is corrupt, right? But it's corrupt. But you know what? It's still based on integrity. So think about our disposition. Think about our demeanor. We come from a place where we got laws, right? We come from a place where there's structure, even though we're new. There's a form of justice here. There's a culture built inside of what we do here that's totally different from the immigrant culture. They come from a place where they are surviving, and most of them are surviving day to day. And what they've learned over there is that if you want to get ahead, you gotta have connections. The Mafia, 𝗤𝗄𝗄 Nostra. Come on. Centuries of conquest, corrupt rulers, and peasants who learn it's not about justice, it's about connections. The 𝗤𝗄𝗄 wasn't born evil, it was born lawless. Think wild, wild west, family. Okay? It was born with no law. It was born with families. It was born out of feudalism. It was born out of clan. Think clan mentality. A shadow government for people who had no government to protect them. When the Sicilians came to America, they didn't leave their traditions behind, family. Do y'all notice that when immigrants come over here, they don't leave their traditions behind? They don't assimilate right away into the American culture, family. They bring their traditions, their tribalisms, their hatreds, their prejudices, their racism. They bring it with them. Their drugs, they bring it with them. Their bushmeat, they bring it with them, family. Their culture, they bring that with them, family. Think about that. They bring all of that with them. When the Sicilian men came to America, they didn't leave any of their traditions behind. They brought their code, their silence, their structure, their loyalty. And from those codes came a business model that would turn America into new territory. You're talking about organized crime, family. We're talking about organized crime. Listen, family, I want you to understand. If they ever try to say black crime again, I want you to remind them of the Mafia. I want you to remind them of the Irish, the Pug Uglies, the Dead Rabbits, the Bowery Boys. I want you to remind them of these gangs that started way before black people even got on the scene, because a lot of us were still enslaved. This happened around the 1830s, family. I want you to understand that we did not bring this type of mentality and criminality to America. It was imported. It came through immigration. And I mean the type of scam. When I tell you, listen, they came with every scam, listen, man, I'm gonna just say it like this. Immigrants are experts at scamming, because that's their survival. Their survival is scam. They come from scam culture. And as hard as that may sound, right? And some people might be like, man, why you just look it up. Travel anywhere in the world outside of America, and what are you going to run into? People who know how to survive. And how do they survive? Off of scamming. Nigerians are some of the best at it. Indians are some of the best at it. They live, their very survival is scamming people here in America. Am I wrong? Y'all got those calls? Is it just me, or every time a person from India calls you get a little like apprehensive, like, I don't trust it. You hear a Nigerian accent in the background, you're like, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. Hold on. Hold on. Family. Is it me? Or do y'all get those calls? Y'all get those 900 calls, 800 calls. Y'all get those scam calls. And you hear that Jesus Christ. You hear that that accent, and it just throws you off. You don't know if you should trust it. Come for the job interview. Give me your social security and the number. No. Click. Click. Click, 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 click. That's what it is. Click. Yeah, I got people trying to call me in the background. I'm trying to, I'm like, they got to wait. I started my show. You can't be calling me during my show. So that's what it is. I want y'all to understand, family. I want to nail this thing home. 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 Damn, I'm just getting call after call. I want to nail this thing home. Hold on real quick. Nancy, call your mom. Nancy. Hold on real quick, y'all. Nancy. Oh, my wife is knocked out. So I want to nail this point home, family, that it's not us, it's them. Crime was imported. It came through immigration. It came through immigration. Okay? So think about this, family. Think about this, family. Before it was called the Mafia, the first American wave of Sicilian extortionists operated under that terrified immigrants and police alike. They operated under a name that terrified immigrants and police alike. La Mano Nera. What does La Mano Nera means? It means the black hand. The black hand. Letters would show up at bakeries, barbershops, grocery stores, signed with crudely drawn black handprint. Each one was a message. Pay $1,000 by Friday or your son disappears. Pay for protection or you won't be protected from us. Family. When do you know Black Americans to do some stuff like that? Pay me $1,000 or your son comes missing. Pay me for protection or you won't be protected. This was neighborhood. This was in the 5 points, family. It started in New York and it spread. It spread to Chicago. It spread to Memphis. It spread to Miami. It spread to Vegas. It spread to Jersey. It spread all over. Philadelphia. Family, crime is imported. I'm going to keep drilling that in. Crime was imported. Organized crime came through importation, came through immigration. Pay $1,000 or your son disappears. Pay for protection or you won't get any protection from us. So think about that. They're the same. They're telling you to pay them so they don't terrorize you. They're telling you pay them or we're going to kidnap your family. This was the black hand. This was the black hand doing it. Shout out to Mr. Whip-Pops. This was the black hand doing this, family. This was not foundational Black Americans. This is the 1890s. This is the early 1900s. This is fresh off the boat. Before they can even speak English, family, they organize crime. Before they can even speak English, family, organized crime. They knew how to scam and they knew how to survive. They brought survival with them. They brought survival with them to the new world, family. They brought their day-to-day mentality. They brought their scam, their schemes, and they imported their connections, family. And they brought it here to the United States. And they kicked up some dust. It was fear turned into profit, extortion dressed as insurance, and it worked. Because the police couldn't protect anyone who spoke a different language or lived in the wrong part of town. Think about that. Talk about ghettos, you talk about slums. That ain't us. We don't come from no ghetto and we don't come from no slum. Even our Black neighborhoods look better than their ghettos and their slums, family. Think about that. Think about that. They not only did they import their crime, they imported their life. They imported their living habits, their survival mentality. Family, I saw a recent video. And I'm not trying to denigrate anybody. I'm not trying to talk about, but this is just, I have to say this, family, of a Haitian lady. Haitian lady, man, with 2 babies. Did y'all see that video? Anybody saw that video about the Haitian lady with 2 babies? And when you walked in her house, it looked like World War III. It looked like Gaza Strip. The mattress was was brown and it's supposed to be white. The house wasn't clean, family. They were taking baths. They were bathing outside with the water hose. Black Americans, we don't live like that. No disrespect, but that's not us. You're not going to see us do that inside of America. You're not going to see us bring that type of lifestyle because we don't know that lifestyle. We don't know how to live like that. But guess what? Immigrants do. And I'm just telling the truth, family. I'm just telling the truth. I'm just being true. What's good with you, family? Jerry, I got you, brother. What's good with you, family? Listen, family, I want you to understand that we don't know how to live like that. No foundational Black American had to live like that. Once we got out of slavery, family, our conditions improved immensely. Once we got out of slavery, family, our conditions improved immensely. But these immigrants that came over here, they came from nothing, and they made nothing look luxurious when they came over here. They came over here with nothing, and they made living on top of each other look luxurious. They brought it all. They not only did they import their culture and their traditions, with them came their crime as well. Soon the Black hands, right, had footholds in New Orleans, St. Louis, Chicago, and New York. So they expanded their network. They started in New York, fresh off the boat. And then they expanded their crime syndicate into other territories and towns. The Black Hand, New Orleans, St. Louis, Chicago. They expanded. But it was New Orleans that saw the first true Mafia headline. When the city's police chief, 𝗤𝗏𝗵𝘁𝘂𝘁𝗁, was assassinated in 1890 after he dared to confront the local Italian mob. When the accused Sicilians were acquitted, an angry mob stormed that jail and they unalived the Italian immigrants, family. They got lynched. When have you ever heard, family, listen, we got lynched for something else, just for walking around, just for minding our business. But when you see YT people go out and lynch other YT people, they're guilty. They did something. So when you hear these Italians talk about, oh, we got lynched too, I want you to put them in check. I say, y'all got lynched. Y'all wasn't lynched for being Italian. Y'all was lynched for doing organized crimes and scams and schemes and importing your culture in America. Y'all got lynched for that. Y'all scamming culture for bringing that survivalist mindset here to America, which was scamming, which was connections, which was lawlessness, which was organized crime. That's why they got lynched, family. If y'all talk to enough of these tethers, y'all done heard them say it. Y'all talk to enough of these YT supremacists, y'all done heard them say it. Oh, we got lynched too. We got lynched too. And what happened? Hold on, I'm gonna bring you up, Jasmine. I'm gonna bring you up. Just give me a second. I gotta cook for a little bit. I gotta cook. I gotta nail this home for the family. Listen, man. Family. They're always going to try to say, oh, we were slaves too. We were this. We were that. We got lynched too. Oh, they called us guineas. Yeah, okay. But eventually they got to terrorize. They got to bring organized crime, and then they got to get, and then their reward for bringing all that imported crime and imported scamming and imported schemes and organized crime to America. What they got, family, what they got was a reward waiting at the end of that tunnel of, it's called whiteness. It's called white privilege. They were allowed to terrorize us. They was allowed to bring in import all the crime, and guess what they got? YT privilege at the end. They became famous, family. They became movie stars. You see what I'm saying, family? They were able to buy industries and plug into things and get into pot. They were able to go from importing crime to being part of the system that upholds YT supremacy. We never got that introduction, family. So remember that, family. When the accused Sicilians were acquitted, an angry mob stormed and jailed and lynched, and even Italian just lynched them. It was the largest mass lynching in the U.S. history because they were up to no good. And I want you to see the pattern here, family. Violence, fear, revenge, and public outrage into sympathy. But when it comes to us, family, we don't get that rites of passage, family. They terrorize. See, family, off of their own frustration, they rise up. See when YT have problems, when YT get complacent, you know what they do? They look over and see what black people are doing. And when they see black people riding around in automobiles and they still on their horse and buggy, or they don't even own a horse, they don't even own a cow, when they see us owning stuff, it infuriates them. Instead of them going after the organized crime, going after the mobsters, the mafia bosses, instead of them putting the APB out on them, you know what they do, family? They go bother black people. They stomp down on us. The black hand did all the work, but we became the black scapegoat. Let me bring up some people. I see my family. I ain't talked to my family in a while, so I'm gonna bring y'all up. Let me bring up Jasmine. I see you, Monique. If you meant to get up here, I just request back up and I'll bring you up. What's up, Jasmine?
Hey, make sure you guys tap. It's very early. I was going from panel to panel being bullied by Pan-Africanists and Pan-Americans.
Hold on. I saw a little bit of that, man. I saw a little bit of that. I don't understand what that Caribbean wannabe American Indian woman was even saying, man. This is getting insane.
Is very crazy, right? So like I always go back to you introducing me to FBA. And that was like last October, November, right? Like last year. They're trying to say that I'm flip-flopping from American Indian to FBA, and I'm like, no, I've always been FBA. But I'm also American Indian is also the same thing, right? But the American Indians,
Listen,
some of them cosplay as us and they're Caribbean.
see that's why I can't rock out with American Indian, because
Yeah.
Caribbeans coming in under American Indian, and I don't approve of that. So I actually like what Tariq said, and it just makes plain sense. If you are not an immigrant, if your people was here before there was an America, you're considered FBA. And if you don't want to be called FBA, that's on you. That's on you.
Exactly. So I put a post up today, and like my posts, I do them strategically, right? So the post I did about today was about by ethnics and biracials, and it's doing pretty good. But all the by ethnics, they're being hella quiet right now, right? So the American Indians, there are real American Indians, Choctaw, Yamasee, Gullah Geechee. Then also the Creoles. You also have the Mississippians, Chicago types, Californian types, right? Then you have these Tayanos and Arawak Caribbeans that are basically cosplaying as us under the umbrella of American Indian. And they're really coming at us hard. Not only are they coming at us hard, they're very disgusting with their tactics. When we roast, we don't like it's like your mama this, whatever. They are like, well, I hope you get hanged or whatever, and you guys were cotton pickers, and it's just like, dang, that hurt our feelings. That's
Yeah, that's
how
why
we
I don't even mess
recognize that
around
they're
with
mad
them.
at us.
Yeah, that's why I don't even mess around with them. I don't even play around with them like that, man. I don't even give them the opportunity. Like I said, I saw you in that room, and I was gonna take your spot. I don't know if they dropped you or if you just left. I was, but I was like, man, you know what? Ain't no even point of me even having a conversation with people who mindset and even think like that. Listen, if they don't want to be FBA, cool. Stay on your side. Stay on your side. I don't got no beef or no quarrel with no American Indians, with no copper colored people. To me, we all the same. But if y'all want to carve out that little tribalist and run with that, cool. I'm not gonna be involved. I'm out. I'm working on something bigger than what they talking about. I'm doing something positive that's going to benefit our people. They over there yapping. They ain't even on my level. None of them. So I said I'm not even going to go over there and have the conversation.
They
What's
wouldn't
up,
even let me
Kevin?
talk.
Hold on, guys.
Kevin
Hold on,
Peter,
guys.
go ahead. Let me
I
be.
just what up too much?
What's good with you, brother? It's been a long time. How you been, man?
Yeah, I've been terrorizing, but repping FBA all day. But this is
Yes,
what I
sir.
noticed when I first came to this app. We were battling the Jamaicans and Haitians, the Caribbeans and the Nigerians. Later on, I saw the flag disappear. So we were battling the Nigerians, South Africans, Ethiopians, and Somalians. And then I sat back one day. I'm like, damn, where all the Caribbeans went? Oh, that's what they did. They creeping through the back door, calling themselves the original Americans. Cause back in the old map, it was called the Americas.
Mm-hmm.
You see the trick right there. So lately, I've been on their head, man. Y'all watch out for that trick bag. They calling themselves the original Americans, American Indians, when they just Caribbeans. They trying to get some of that. They trying to make a play for that reparation, thinking we ain't gonna peep nothing or say nothing. But I land my plane with that, man. Too much. Y'all take it easy. I gotta go back to work.
Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it. Yeah, that's very true, man. That's exactly what they're doing, man. They're trying to backdoor their way into our reparations, into our life, because they never listen, family. They're never gonna leave us alone. Y'all know that the YT people, the tethers, the buffer class, everybody's concerned about what Black Americans are doing because we set the standard. We actually set the table. They can't do nothing until they figure out what we're doing because they have to figure out how to counter whatever we do. So we just have to continue being great. I don't want any of y'all being humble. I don't even believe in humble anymore. I don't believe in being humble anymore. I just believe in being great. I'm gonna be great in spite of. Shout out to crypto. I'm just be great in spite of. You not gonna humble me. You not gonna make me feel some type of way. As long as I'm telling the truth. Shut up. I don't care if it hurts your feelings anymore. I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm here to stand on business and tell the truth. And if the truth is that immigration brings crime, if the truth is immigration brings scams, if the truth is immigration brings drugs, if the truth is immigration brought organized crime, if the truth is immigration is a lot of degenerate people who have a survival mindset, who are stuck in that mindset, I'm going to just tell it how it is. Because you're not going to dump that on my people anymore. You're not going to dump that on us no more. We're done with that. We calling it out. That's what this episode about. It's talking about the crime that was imported to America. The scams that were imported to America. That y'all try to make Black Americans a scapegoat. We should have never been the face of crime. We should have never been the face of drugs. We should have never been the face of gang violence, of anything, because that was never us. That was always them. Anything we do is a reaction to what they're doing to us. So if you want to be Caribbean, go knock yourself out, go be Caribbean. But while you're being Caribbean in my country, take your butt back to the homeland, your homeland. and go fix that country. Because we're tired of y'all running over here, running from y'all problems that y'all face in your own homeland, and then bringing your problems here to our homeland. We're tired of that. We're done with that. We're done with that. So that's what I'm saying, family. I'm not jumping on, like I said, I was gonna jump on that panel, man, and I did not like what they were saying. When that Caribbean lady
I
said,
know. I appreciate that. I try not. I've been doing so much better. Not trying to like start. Like you know how we are. FBA is very intense, right? And I've been trying to just not go too hard on these people, but they keep saying that we're the ones that are flip flopping. They're the ones that taught us all these things about what it means to be American. They're like, do your genealogy. They're the ones that are absolutely delusional. From my own perspective, and we all have different perspectives. There are some people who came over here being African American, then they became American Indian. I came up here being black, as blickety black. And I was like, oh, look at these black people being blickety black. FBA, that's me. There's no flip flopping for me. The flip flopping occurs with these Caribbeans, these Africans, these Eurasians. They're Pan Africans, Pan Americans, Pan Eurasian KBs. And I will unlike when I heal every single lifetime. That's just what was instilled into me.
I'm a pan Black American.
Like I love myself. Like I just love freaking being from the USA. Like I would never if I could choose, what country would you be born into? The USA every freaking time. For me at least. Every single time. I want to be a US American and we're gonna go chin check you for your things. I don't care how that feels to anybody. I don't care. Because if they were able to come into our lifetime, if they could choose, they would do the same thing. They do it to each other right now. Every single time, I would chin check you for your resources. And guess what? You're in that reality where we're going to keep chin checking you for your resources. And at least for me, I don't freaking care. When it comes to me, my family, my cousins, my countrymen, every single time I will take your resources, get your fighting abilities up or whatever. I mean, I don't know. Is that mean to say? I don't know. Every single time, I don't regret it.
Here's what I say. Listen, we ain't never took anybody's resources. Black Americans, all we did was mind our business. Malcolm X said Plymouth Rock. They didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. And all we've ever done was
we're not going to sit here and act like we don't do that. Our mathematics have that's what we do. That's why they're upset with us too much. They're upset with us because these whitey KBs, they don't have the melanin or the pineal gland to figure out these mathematical equations, right? They are upset with us because we know what it is, and they're saying that we are white supremacists. But once again, if they had that ability to take over us, they would. And they can't do it. But would you, just think about this, very basic. If it came down to just your family and some random family, you're going to absolutely take care of your family, right?
Absolutely.
They don't realize that that's what the U.S. is. They want us to cry for them, and I don't cry for Nigeria.
Yeah, listen, I'm not crying for Nigeria because here's the truth. We did cry for Nigeria. We did cry for South Africa. We did cry for Ethiopia. We did cry for everybody else. But the awful truth is, nobody cries for us. So from now on, my heart, my spirit, my devotion is only for foundational Black Americans. That's it. That's all I got. I can only exercise grace and mercy for my people. I don't have the grace and mercy for everybody else. I'm cutthroat now. The grace and mercy is off the table for anybody outside of my lineage. Why? Because they don't have that for me. I can't cry for Gaza Strip. Even though it's wrong what's happening over there in Gaza. It's wrong. But guess what? Nobody felt no type of way when we was in slavery for 400 years. We was in slavery for 400 years and nobody said, hey man, let's go get those black people. Let's go liberate those black folks. So, but now when Gaza Strip get flattened, they want Black Americans to come over there and do, no. We went to Ethiopia. We taught them how to fly planes, helped them out. And they were supposed to give us land for that, and they gave it to the Caribbeans. So we're done with it. It's like no matter what we do, all the help we have helped everybody in the world. We helped people all over the world. Even Puerto Rico. Nigga, we didn't help Puerto Ricans. But what do? Spit in our face. That's what they do. So now you got to hold your own nuts. When y'all get deported, we not helping y'all from ICE. We don't care. There's no sympathy and no empathy coming from Black Americans anymore. We telling y'all straight up, we are delineating. We don't want to be mixed in with y'all. We are our own unique ethnic group, and that's just what it is. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. And if y'all don't want the smoke, that's what we're going to say. If y'all want the smoke, bring it. Bring it. Bring it. We not worried about none of that. Bring the smoke if you want to. Bring the smoke, because all you're going to do is talk. Because you don't want that real smoke that comes with it. We 50 million strong. We're the largest ethnic group in this country. We got the biggest stick. We got the biggest mouths. We got the most athletic bodies. We got the most beautiful women. All the above. And we saying, come with it. Come with it. What you got to do. Show us what you bring to the table. We gonna show us your work and we gonna show you our work. Show us your gold medals. We gonna show you ours. Show us your inventions and we gonna show you ours. And we the biggest. You're not bigger than us. You can't do nothing. You can't do nothing to it. You can't even bust a grape. That's what we're telling you. We're telling you that. With our chest sticking out. With our chest sticking out. And y'all can't do nothing about it. That's just what it is. That's just what it is. Y'all can't do nothing about it. Yeah. See, here's the thing. I'm saying we're the largest ethnic group. You're talking about Latino. Latino is not an ethnic group. Latino is not an ethnic group. White is not an ethnic group. Those are all racial constructs, right? Those are all things you have to do to make yourself look bigger than you are. There are 50 million foundational Black Americans. There's 45 million Irish Americans. There's 36 million Mexican Americans. There's 24 million English Americans. Or excuse me, I'm sorry, let me flip flop. 45 million German Americans, 24 million Irish Americans, and 20 million English Americans. And you know it gets lesser and lesser as you go down that so-called YT mountain that y'all call YT. Y'all got, there's only a couple million Italians, there's only a couple million Puerto Ricans. I mean, there's only 4 million Puerto Ricans on the island or something like that. So y'all can't bust a grape to a foundational Black American. Y'all can't. It's just what it is. Y'all don't want no smoke. Y'all don't want no smoke. Not in real life. Not in real life, because we run everything. We run the yard. And we gonna stay running the yard. And there's nothing you can do about it, ma'am. Ma'am or sir, there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing. So when ICE come, They come. We want Trump to get all the immigrants up out of here. We want Trump to get all the immigrants up out of here. We don't have to like Trump to support that. We want Trump to get all the immigrants up out of here, because at the end of the day, we the biggest. We the biggest. And the only reason y'all can say I was born here, right? The only reason why you could say you was born here was because our 14th Amendment. That was something foundational Black Americans fought for. So y'all can thank us again for that. Thank us for everything. Thank us for the very reason that you're able to come here and be here and live here. Thank us for the civil rights. Thank us for the Immigration Act. Thank us for everything that comes with the word minority, because y'all just stole that from us. Y'all just stole, all y'all do is steal from us and want us to sit in the back seat, and we're saying we're not sitting in the back seat no more. So you can crash out in the comments for all I care. You can crash out in the comments, and guess what? At the end of the day, we can just block you. We can say, go crash out somewhere else because you don't belong here. How about that? Bing. It's just that quick. So that's what we're saying. We're bringing true scholarship, while y'all bringing lies, deceit, and scams. We're standing on truth, and we're standing on business, and y'all standing on an inner tube that's sinking.
They don't really like FBA panels. It hurts their feelings. They're like, oh my gosh, I can't come over here and gaslight you guys with my fake accent, tethered accent, from whatever country, continent that you tether from. They never want to come over here and actually be about that life, because they are really not about that life, because they are fleers. The past week, before the tragedy, quote unquote tragedy, with the Bahamas and Jamaica and all of that, all those islands being flooded, like they usually do. Before that, they were already coming for us, talking about like we're all the same people, and I love that. I love that for them. And I'm gonna be a little bit mean. I'm gonna be honest. I am gonna actually just like tell you my truth. You guys cosplay as us when it's convenient. You guys sit there, you tell us that our red beans and rice is the same thing as jollof. You sit there and say that our oxtails that are smothered oxtails in the Mississippi Delta is the same thing as your spicy, tough eating oxtails from Jamaica. You're bringing up the price here or whatever, because you guys are like a spicy, dark type of tethers from the Caribbean. You don't like that. You don't like it, and that's a you thing. I'm gonna be very freaking honest when I say this with you guys. I personally, like my ancestors who are buried here on this land, my ancestors that are buried here on this land, that when I go outside, or any of us go outside and we, plant seeds and create vegetables and whatnot, you guys are not the same as us. You guys are very delusional. You guys are projecting who you guys are onto us, baddie boys. You guys, honestly, are disgusting. Disgusting. They have no freaking values. They have no values. And they come over here and act like we don't know who they are. They act like, oh my God, what's your freaking accent? Like, what are you talking about? Do you know how painful that is? I'm gonna land in like 30 seconds because I know I'm going on a freaking tangent. But I'm saying this because it is so irritating that my ancestors are waking me up to your batty boy freaking behavior, your flip flop fling behavior, and saying like, hey, guess what? We're not sitting here turning the other cheek. No, an eye for an eye. We're taking all your eyes. We don't care about you. We don't care about you. Let's imagine how that looks like for you. Stop calling yourself African American. Stop calling yourself Black American. You're definitely not foundational Black American. We don't care what happens to you just because you have the same phenotype that is a white supremacist ideology type, calling yourselves Black. I hope you lose. That means that me, my family, my cousins, my lineage wins. Every lifetime I'll come back and destroy you. I land there.
Yeah, man. I'll just say this. Listen, family. I'm not humble. I'm not humble. You know, I come from greatness. My father was a great man, and he raised me to be great. You know, I come from good stock. I come from good genes. You know, there's there's a few nefarious folks maybe in my family, but it didn't get passed on to me. I'm proud. I'm too proud. I'm proud. Listen, I'm proud. I'm confident. I'm bold. You know, I'm all the above. You know, borderline genius. You know, and this is all the things I believe for myself. I don't expect anybody to echo those sentiments. You know, I feel this about me. There's nothing you can do to chip my armor. My armor is tough. My armor is strong. My skin is you know, it can handle whatever you throw at me. You know what I'm saying? That's the essence of being a foundational Black American, is resilient. I'm very resilient. I got bounce back. You know, you kick a joke, I got jokes too. I'm gonna win. There's no category you're gonna beat me in. And I'm okay with saying that. I'm okay with saying that to anybody, to the YT man. Listen, if you got to create a system to where it's one sided and where you got to lie, you're not the real deal. You're not the real deal. See, the system that we're creating, especially, this is a good time for me to talk about the FBA coin, because guess what, family? You can't stop this thing, man. Man, family, let me tell you that you can't stop it. It's coming soon. It's coming to a neighborhood near you. And once all the family adopts the FBA coin, guess what happens to everybody else? You become last by default. We're number one. Not only are we number one in genetics, we got the greatest genes on the planet Earth. And I'm not afraid to say that. I'm not afraid to say that because it's proven. This ain't no Black supremacy. This is just what it is. See, if you're going to say you the greatest on the earth, you got to be able to prove it. If you say you're a supremacist, you got to be able to prove it. And I don't see anything supreme. I don't feel less than, inferior to nothing. My people, we are the greatest people on the planet Earth. We are the most unique people on this planet Earth. And we're not taking, we not asking for anything. We telling y'all, leave us alone. We don't want nothing to do with y'all, because obviously y'all don't want nothing to do with us. And guess what? We feel the same way. We don't want nothing to do with y'all. We don't want anything to do with y'all. We want to be with our people, and that's it. We want to delineate. You know, we trying to be cool with everybody. Listen. At the end of the day, listen, we're going to be cordial. We're going to be cool. But when it comes to this economics, we're going to be cutthroat. We're going to be on top of it. When it comes to, socially, we're not even going to bother y'all. We're going to say hi and bye. We're going to smile. We're going to do all that stuff. But when it comes to this economics, we're going to get cutthroat. When it comes to this culture, we're gonna get cutthroat. When it comes to this creativity and this music and this movie and this and whatever we got our hands in, we gonna make sure you know that a foundational Black American got his hands in it, and we gonna succeed. We not accepting crumbs. Crumbs are for bums. Let me say that again. Crumbs are for bums, and you're not gonna get a foundational Black American to accept crumbs. We're only gonna accept the cream of the crop. And we're gonna here's the biggest thing we're gonna do. We're gonna show you better than we can tell you. Foundational Black Americans, guess what, man? We got our own FBA coin. It's live, it's popping, it's real, it's thorough. We're doing an NFT sale right now. Once the NFT sale is over, we're gonna drop the contract on everybody. Anybody can get it. I don't care what color you are. I don't care what ethnic group you are. Anybody can get it. Because guess what? It's going to benefit foundational Black Americans. Anybody can hate on it too. Go right ahead.
I'm gonna drop down in a second, but like absolutely. They never come up here when we're extra hardcore FBA. Like that's always why I love this being my safe space. But they'll never come up here and talk that tether talk or whatever when it comes to being about that life.
They can't because they have nothing to stand on.
Annoying and boring. And they're like, you guys are over here just talking true. And you hurt my feelings. Go back to your freaking country. Go back to your country and figure out why you're failing. That's literally the facts. That's the 100% truth. And I personally, I'm always like the most neutral person. I'm getting so tired of listening to these people. I don't want to. I don't want to get to the point where it's just like, dang, like, should we just destroy you? Like, should we just keep taking an eye for an eye? Because maybe that's our fault, listening to you freaking tethers and you Pan-Africanists. And you people who want to go and be a part of a country that you resonate with, whatever. That's what time I'm on. And I say that specifically serving in the freaking U.S. Air Force. These people sit here and they act like they're about that life. They don't know what that life is about. They don't understand what it means to actually be in the military and almost unalive for your freaking country. These people don't understand what that freaking feels like. These people think it's funny. They think it's funny to sit here and to even speak in a real conversation that they don't even have the freaking mental capacity to actually be a part of. I am at this precipice where I don't want to leave all like the tethers. Like I'm done with them. But all these people who are Pan-Africanists, Pan-Americans, whatever, if you rock with these people, I personally, and a lot of people who are like me, you guys are done. You guys, you don't actually stand for anything. When you talk about, oh my gosh, do your genealogy. Like, do your genealogy, because, like my genealogy, whatever, blah, blah, like, what is your language, you Pan-Africans? What's your language? Let's go back to, like, Nigeria. You guys are freaking goofy. You're freaking goofy as fuck.
Now, you know what
I'm saying that respectfully. Because we only have so much freaking time. I'm so freaking tired of them. Go ahead, stop signal. I'm sorry for I dropped down. But what are your thoughts, stop signal? I'm done with them. Stop signal.
So what's up? Too much. How you guys doing? I hope you guys doing. Jasmine, how is our daughter doing? I hope our African daughter, doing good, right? So,
Your
Pan African.
your African daughter is fine. You are fucked up.
No, yeah. I hope you're taking good care of her because we spend so
Oh
much
no,
money on
How
she's
much they
fine,
paying you, brother?
Evan.
I'm just curious, brother. How much are they paying you? What site did you go on that you clicked on? How much money are they paying you to antagonize Black Americans, man? How much do y'all get paid for this? Because this is a job for y'all. So how much y'all get paid?
No, not too much. We don't get paid, man. This is the
Oh,
thing,
you
right?
do it for free?
No, it's not actually for free. You see,
So
when people,
I know it's not actually for free.
but
So how much are they
listen,
paying you?
but listen, what I'm saying here is, we do it for defensive reasons because we have so many insults from your
Defensive,
people about your, yeah.
defensive reasons, brother. We never attacked you.
No, you guys have been insulting us for a very
No, no,
long
no, no,
time,
no, no. We're
right?
just better at the insults. No, no, no. We're better at insulting, but we never attack first.
Too much.
Y'all did that. Y'all should have stopped using the word akata long time ago. Y'all should have stopped calling us cotton pickers. Y'all should have came here and respected Black Americans, and we would have never got at y'all on this level. But we never attacked y'all. We're just better at the insults than you guys are. That's it. We're better when it comes to roasting. We're number one. Look at the top comedians. It's us.
So too much. What I'm saying here is right. So FBA. Let me be specific. I'm not gonna say Black Americans because these are very good people, right? But these FBAs, they are the anti
They love to
Africans.
separate us, right?
So
Yes.
no, it's not about separation. There are
They
Black
love to
Americans who are not part
listen,
of
listen.
this, right?
Black Americans, listen. I don't care what they calling themselves. When it comes down to it, they riding with us. They're not riding with y'all.
But wait,
I'm
Timo,
not
there
right.
are Black. Wait,
If you believe that, you're low IQ. If you believe that, you believe in Christmas, you believe in the Easter Bunny, you believe in Ogon. That's what you believe in. If you believe in fantasy, you believe in Zeus. You understand what I'm saying? If you believe in all that, you believe in fantasy, sir. At the end of the day, when it comes down to it, the Black community knows how to come together and we know how to ride. Now, do we got a few people out there who might be kumbaya with the world? Of course we do, because we got we got some good-hearted people out there, right? Because at the end of the day, we really don't wish none of y'all harm or anything like that. We just want y'all to stay out of our business, right? We want y'all to go fix your homeland, stay over there if you can, because your culture doesn't belong in America. Your culture belongs in Africa. Leave your culture behind. If you come to America, you assimilate. That's what you do. When you come to America, you assimilate to the culture that's here, which is our culture, by the way, which is us.
but wait,
But
Too
you
much.
leave all that other stuff over there. You
Are
leave
you?
the crime and the scam and all that stuff that y'all bring that comes with immigration. You leave that stuff over there. You leave the
But
you don't bring the bush meat over here. You leave the bush meat in Africa, sir. You don't bring it over here.
Too much. The way you started sounding is like you guys are sounding like you have this frighteners of African culture, right? Like we're trying to dominate something like that. So there is a sense of
You
scares.
can't. But no.
But
You
but
can't
but
dominate. You
but why
can't.
you guys are saying we should not bring our culture? There are other people that brought their own culture in the
No.
United States and
Listen,
all those
we're
things.
not
Oh,
just saying no. We're saying that to Africans, but we're saying that to all immigrants. Leave your culture there, because your culture is full of scamming. It's full of organized crime.
nah,
It's
that's not
full
true,
of
too much.
connections. It's full of connections. It's full of hoarding of resources. It's very tribal, sir. It's very, very tribal. And we don't want it here. We don't want it here. We're telling you that right now. We don't want your tribalism here in America. We don't want that. You leave that there. If when you come over here, you do you do as the Romans do. You don't bring the bushmeat with you, sir. You leave the jollof rice at home and you pick up some flapjacks and you eat pancakes and you eat hamburgers. Whatever we
Nah,
eat
nah,
here,
nah.
that's what you eat, brother.
Not too much. That's the thing. Like when we move around, we move with our everything, right? We
That's the
don't want that.
problem. That's
No,
the
that's not a
problem.
problem. That's not a
That's the
problem.
problem. That's the
So
problem. No, no, no.
you guys
Yeah,
want to
that's the
take it as
problem.
a problem, but it's not a problem.
It's no. It is a problem because when y'all do that, y'all also move with that tribalism. You also move with that Akata nonsense, right? You also move. You also build these enclaves that kick out everybody else and only include y'all. When y'all get on the job site, y'all look for problems and say, "Oh, these Black Americans, we need to bring in more Africans because we work harder." Y'all bring in that stuff, sir, and we don't want that. We don't want that. Not in America. That's why when ICE come to the door, we just letting them. Hey, listen, get them Negroes up out of here. Get them up out of here. That's why y'all kicking and screaming when y'all got to go back because if you can't make it in your homeland, don't come to America thinking you're gonna make it big off of our resources, off of our hard work, off of our ancestors' blood, sweat, and tears. We got a Congolese woman named Joyce Reed talking about her ancestors wasn't slaves. Your ancestors were never enslaved, so you don't come from America. You come from Africa, and we want you to stick. We want you to keep your ancestors and your ideologies over there.
No. But too much. Our ancestors are the one that built the United States. So
No, your
this
ancestors never built the United States. See,
yeah,
that's the lie.
these are the
That's the lie.
enslaved Africans that built the United States.
Ancestors. No, 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 no,
So
no, no, no.
you
Oh, no,
guys are
no, no,
trying
no,
to
no, no,
erase our
no, no, no,
history.
no, 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 no. You don't have a history here, sir. You don't have a history. Those
But my
90,000, those
ancestors.
90, no, there aren't you. You have no ancestry over here, sir. We can't find one, you can't do one DNA
So what about
test
the Africans
that
that are
leads you
brought here?
here. Listen, they weren't you. They weren't you. They
But those are
weren't
my
you.
people.
No, they're not. They're
So
not your
listen,
people.
there is a
No, no,
place
no,
in
no, no,
Virginia
sir,
they
sir,
call
sir,
the Igbo
sir,
London,
sir.
right?
You sold the people that wasn't your people to America. You didn't sell your own people, sir.
No. I'm not the one that
You
sold
sold a
them. Be-
neighboring tribe. Hold on, sir. You sold a neighboring tribe, and only 90,000 of them made it over here, sir. The
But
rest of them was already black people here, and they mixed in with us here,
oh,
and we became foundational Black Americans. There was a lot of us already here, and only 90,000 of y'all came over here. And if you think that you sold your ancestors, you didn't, sir. They weren't even akin to you. They were a neighboring tribe. Y'all ran them around the tree of forgetfulness, so y'all could be clear of all the omens and the demons and whatever. And y'all so once you did that, they no longer belong to you. They belong to us here. That's what you don't get.
oh, wow.
They're not your
But
ancestors.
those are my tribe. Those are my
They're
tribal
not your
people because
tribe.
we came
They're
from the
not
same
your
tribe.
tribe.
I
But I
Go ahead.
have a question
heard
for you.
this voice from
Okay, too
Scott
much.
so
I
many
have a
times
question for you, right?
today. We're
No.
gonna
Wait,
come
Jasmine,
back
I have a question.
tomorrow.
Let me
Stop.
speak real
It's
quick.
just the
So
tether
wait,
babble gets it for me.
so 1 second, let me ask my
Okay.
question, right?
It's
So
no,
my
you're. It's
question
like
is,
the blah blah blah. It's the
wait.
babble.
Well,
Oh gosh. Anyways, you guys have a
let
great
me ask
night.
my question.
I'm
Let
gonna
me
be
ask my
going.
question
No,
real
there's
quick.
no more questions. You're
No,
boring.
wait. That's the
Ugh.
problem. You don't listen.
Bye.
So what I'm saying
I'll be
here,
back.
so too much. This is my question, right? You said your people have been in America before, even the black people from Africa arrived, right? So I want to know what your people invented
Everything.
before, no, before slavery. Let's be specific, right? So before slavery, because
Okay.
I
You ever
know
heard of you ever heard of the plow? Did you
the
know that
plow.
the plow was created here in America? Did you know that agriculture started here in America? Do you know all your tomatoes that you guys love to use came from America? All the corn, the maize that you guys love to use out there came from America, sir. It didn't come from Africa.
No.
It
Those are
came from
not
here.
inventions, right? Those are food. I'm
Oh,
talking about
you're
inventions,
right. You're
right?
right. You're right. You're right. Those, but the plow is an invention,
But
and it
but the
started
plow. Wait,
here.
but
The
that was
plow.
before slavery or during
Yeah,
slavery
that,
or
that
after
was that
slavery.
was before slavery, sir. The plow was before.
The
Matter of
plow.
fact, the plow.
Le-
Hold on. The plow is the beginning of the alphabet, sir.
So
The
so let
plow symbol. The plow symbol is the A. Did you know the A is the plow symbol?
so
The
so so
A
do you wanna
in the
give me a receipt?
alphabet. The
Do you wanna give me a
plow.
receipt of that real quick?
Go Google it. Go look it up. You,
The
I don't got to lie. Go look it up.
the
I'm not
plow.
your scholar. Go look it up.
But listen,
And,
because
and after you do the
I
research,
look up.
then you come back. That's your homework. That's your homework. Take the homework, sir. Take the homework, and then come back. Do
Too
the
much.
research
I look
and
up
then
these
come back.
things, right? I look up this thing before I even ask you
So
this
here's
question,
the
right?
thing. Hold on.
There
I
is
got a question. No. I got a question for you now. What has an African invented? Go.
so you actually want to know what we
What has an
invented, right?
African
So
invented? Because we got 50,000 patents, over
so so
50,000
so
inventions
so
coming out of slavery. We built America. Before there was any America, we built it. So what have you guys built?
too much.
What can, if you want to play that game of compare and contrast, we can do that. We win that. We win that, by the way. The light
So
bulb,
too much.
do you know the light bulb? The light bulb. We perfected the light bulb.
But
The stoplight, the
that was do
stoplight,
that
the
was during.
stoplight. Did you know that? Did you know
Wait.
that the red, the green, the yellow, we invented that. The
So
stuff
that
that we invent, every genre of music, from country music to hip hop, we invented that. There was no Africans that invented our music. We invented that. We invented the culture in America. We invented that. It wasn't no African that came over here and taught us how to invent how to do the culture. Y'all copy us. We don't copy y'all. Brother,
so
we don't show up in Nigeria or whatever country you come from and bring crime with us. We don't bring organized crime with us when we come there, but y'all do. We don't have organized crime. There's no black American organized crime ring running around in Africa today. But there's African crime rings running around America today because immigration brings crime. It's called imported crime. You import your culture, which is scamming, which is very survivalistic, which is built on connections, right? You don't follow the law. You said
but wait,
if I got a
there is
brother in
crime.
Congress, that's
There
my
is crime in
connection.
America before any
No.
immigrants
Listen.
arrive there, right?
No,
So
sir. When black people were enslaved, there was crime in America, and you know who brought the crime? The Irish, the German, right? The Polish, right? Those are immigrants. Black people did not bring crime. We were enslaved, sir. We had crimes committed up on us. From 1830 until today, all of it's been imported crime. We didn't bring the drugs. We didn't bring the gang violence. We didn't bring the scamming letters. We didn't send anybody email saying I'm a prince of Zamunda and I need you to open this bank account and get this money out. We didn't do that. That's you guys. You guys imported all your. Not only did you bring your culture with you, you brought your scamming, survivalistic ways. You come
no.
from a country of lawlessness. You come from a country where there is no justice, right? It's just whatever the magistrate says, you gotta follow it. If you get done wrong, you get done wrong. So what you got to do is you got to scam your way to the top. You have to get
But too much, you gotta
connections
let me
to get to
speak
the
too.
top. Go ahead.
Let me speak.
Go ahead.
So in relation to what I was saying, right? So the term Black American refer to people of African descent that were born in the United States. So this is to show that Black Americans are these are people that came out of Africans. So when I ask you the question first, what did Black America invented before
Listen,
slavery? Because
that's
let me
false.
land let me land. So when I ask you that question, I already look up these things. There is nothing
Do you
that
know who
Black
Floyd
American
Patterson is?
invented
No,
before
do you know who
slavery.
Floyd Patterson is? Do you know who Floyd Patterson is?
No, I don't know. I never come
That's
across.
a foundational Black American. He invented the automobile, the first automobile. Black man.
Yeah,
Now
I
you
don't. Wait.
now hold on. You're stupid and you're ignorant enough to think that he was African, but he wasn't, sir. He was Black American. See, you want to claim something from a people that y'all kicked out. You want to claim, how stupid is that? Who's been over here for how long? We've been over here for 400 years, enslaved, and you want to claim the people that y'all people sold and kicked out. And let's be real. I keep saying this. There was already black people here, and they mixed in with some of the Africans came in and mixed in with them, and we became what we became. We had an ethnogenesis. So think about that. We don't claim anything that Africa does over in Africa. We don't say, the richest man in melanated is us, and he happened to be Nigerian. So we don't do that, sir. We say, no, that's Nigerian. That's Nigerian. He's a billionaire. He's Nigerian. We don't care. We got 10, 15, 20 billionaires. We got more billionaires than y'all got. So we don't care. We don't care. But y'all come over here and try to claim hold to something that y'all had nothing to do with and try to call them. How can you call somebody African and they ain't even been on that continent, sir? We're not continental Africans. We've never been over there.
So too much. So what I'm saying here is, since you guys been in the United States for a very long time before even the YT arrived, right? So you guys should have invented a lot of things back in the days.
We did.
So what are those things? So I already look up these things. So all the invention that happened is during slavery and after slavery.
Hold on, let me educate you, sir, because you obviously don't know. You don't know. Let me educate you. I just told you we invented the plow. That was way before they came in. Y'all didn't have the plow in Africa, sir. Y'all got it from us.
But I actually need it. When? That's why I say when.
First. What I'm saying is we had it first.
No,
y'all
I
didn't have it first, sir.
Because
Sir, listen. Listen. I'm gonna just keep it simple. Listen. We had buildings here before that. It wasn't the teepee tents. See, those are the Native Americans. They were living in teepees, right? They had their little teepees. We weren't living in teepees. We actually had structures, buildings that was already here. That matter of fact, that are still here today, actually. They're still here today. They try to make you believe that our buildings, the building that we were building, is some type of period piece from Europe. That's a lie. That's a lie. A lot of your court buildings, first of all, every building, you're talking about the White House. The White House was built by us. But we have buildings that they built on top of. Have you ever seen buildings where they have like a lower level that looked like it was the top of something else? That's our stuff that was here. They just built on top of it. That's it. So the question that you need to ask yourself is, sir, Tataria, the question that you need to ask yourself is, what have you built over there in Africa? Because when we go over there, we don't see no evidence of y'all building anything. Everything y'all build is new. Everything y'all build is 1960 and up. Where was y'all buildings before 1960, sir?
So these are some of the significant inventions and innovation that we have in Africa, because we export civilization to you guys over there, since you guys are refusing some of this fact, right? We do. We export this thing. Yeah, we do.
You can't prove that. You can't prove that.
Yeah. So Africans.
No, give me some scholarship and some proof. Prove it. The out of Africa theory is just a theory, sir. It's never been proven.
No, it's not a theory. These are facts.
It's a theory.
So
it's never been proven. The oldest woman on planet Earth was found in the Americas. King Tut was found in the Americas. So what are you saying?
Nah.
No. Go look it up. King Tut was found in Kentucky, sir. Prove it. The Louisa woman or whatever her name is in Brazil, that's a black woman. That's a woman with black phenotyping features, with woolly hair. That's from America. The oldest. Matter of fact, the original man, Albert, what's his name? His name was Albert something. He had the DNA of the original man. And he was a foundational black American that they found in the 60s. His name was Albert something. I can't think of his name, but Google it, sir. Why haven't they found the original man in your DNA? Why did they find it in our DNA?
No. The first bone of human that they found was in Africa. It's not even in America.
Prove it.
Right?
Prove it. You can. No, prove it. No, I want you to go look it up now. Go prove it. Go bring the facts. Go prove it. There you go. Go prove it. You're not going to be able to prove it. You're not going to be able to prove it. I want you to go prove it. Don't talk. Don't just say stuff. Go bring the scholarship.
I'm coming.
Yeah, please. I want you to prove it because the out of Africa theory is not real. It's been debunked.
Are you saying that black people built the White House?
Yeah, black people did build the White House.
So I will rebuttal that in saying that white people built the original White House, and when the Canadians burnt it down, that the blacks built it. You guys built. Maybe you guys had a hand in building it. Are you going to finish, or are you just going to hear yourselves talk?
We put the blueprint out, sir. We put the blueprint out. That's easily debunked. We laid out the blueprint. We drew the designs.
You do realize the White House was built twice, right?
Right.
Doesn't matter.
White people, you had the blueprint that the white man gave you from the first time.
No, it wasn't, sir. It wasn't no blueprint.
So who was the contractor? Who was the lead contractor then?
It was a foundational black American. That's who it was, sir. We built it. We built it. We built it. Yeah, go
all
look
two
it up.
of you.
That's easily debunked. That's easily debunked. Go look it up.
Two black motherfuckers in the entire country, and you built it. Okay, sure.
No, there wasn't no two black people in the country, sir. I'm sorry. We dominated this country. We were always the largest ethnic group in this country.
That's why you're 13%.
That's why y'all had this, sir. If you're gonna cuss, I'm just gonna drop you. If you want to have the conversation,
I'm trying not to cuss, but you just threw me into shock when you said that.
No, because you're ignorant. You don't know. Just say that you just be ignorant. Let me educate you. Let me educate you. The largest ethnic group in America today, and listen to the key word, ethnic group, is foundational black American. We are 50 million foundational black Americans. You know, the largest. The next one is German Americans at 45 million. The next one is Mexican Americans at 36 million.
Wait a minute. Why are you dividing the ethnicities like that?
Because that's what it is. It's ethnicity.
So you're not doing Kenyan, you're not doing Zulu, black, you're not doing... No, you just count all blacks together, don't you?
No. We're not including them. There's only 4 million black immigrants in this country, sir. Only 4 million. They're so small.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Irish and German Americans? We're white.
Irish Americans are real.
Okay, what do you call the black Americans?
Well, we're foundational black Americans. We're not mixed with anything. We're us.
You're Eastern African, fucking Kenyan.
We're not.
Yeah, motherfucker. African. You got different ethnicities of black too.
No.
Yeah, you do.
Sir. Foundational black Americans.
If you're gonna degrade us to ethnicities, you're gonna degrade yourself to it.
Sir, I'm sorry. White is a race.
Sorry all you want.
White is not an ethnicity. White is a race.
Well, black is not an ethnicity either, motherfucker.
No, you're right. Black is not an ethnicity. You're right. Black is a race, but foundational black Americans, that's
not an ethnicity.
That's an ethnicity, sir.
Oh, that is an identity, not an ethnicity.
It's an identity and it's an ethnicity, sir. It's an ethnic
identity.
It's a specific ethnic group that says we are not immigrants in this country. That's all foundation.
We are not immigrants in this country either.
No. If you're European, you are. It's called European. That's where you come from, Europe. It's called
come from Africa, motherfucker.
No, I don't come from Africa. I don't come from
Europe. Too much, right? They don't find you guys under ethnicity, right?
Of course you come from Europe. Of course you do. Of course you do.
No, I do not. I come from the United States of America.
No, you don't. Where do
I come from in Europe? Where do I come from in Europe?
Well, wherever your people, you're either Irish, German. Which one are you? Which one you got in you?
I am English. I am Irish. I am Italian. I am German. I am Welsh. I am Scottish. I am Russian. I am everything.
All that is Europe, sir. All those indicate that you come from one place. It's called Europe, sir. Europe.
Oh, and I'm just like everybody else that's white. I'm a quarter Native American as well. So.
Brother, that's a $5 Indian conversation. We don't
yep. That. So I'm from everywhere, motherfucker.
No, motherfucker, you're not. You're from one place. You may have been born here. You're a citizen here.
Europe is an entire continent, just like Africa.
Hold on, sir. You're a citizen here, but that's it.
I'm a citizen.
You're not native to anything. You're native to Europe. The only people that are native here, we are indigenous to the United States, is foundational black Americans. Because before there was a United States,
dude, you're so dumb.
What?
Here.
Oh
Before
my
there was a
God.
United States, we were here.
That's fine. Now we have a guy that's more native than me who's going to get on here and tell us.
I'm definitely, yeah, you're right, because I've been here
No,
longer.
I'm talking about anarchist. He's way more native than I am. I'm only like a quarter. He's like fucking half.
Yeah, explain your lineage when it comes to North America.
I'm from North America.
That doesn't explain the claims that you're making.
I can trace my lineage back as of right now to at least 1790. That was before, okay? At least 1790, and I can go back probably a little bit farther if I throw some money.
1790?
Yeah, as of right now, both sides of my family.
So does that predate the Vikings that were here before the Indians?
The Vikings that were here before. Are you claiming you're a Viking?
Nope.
This dude's fucking stupid. No, I didn't claim I'm a Viking, but I'm saying.
So why are you bringing them up? What is the Viking? The Vikings
Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota,
Okay.
Minnesota.
Okay, but
As far as Michigan.
But are you stupid enough to believe that there was nobody here when they came here?
There weren't black people here before the Vikings.
No, sir, there was always black people here, sir.
Oh my God, how?
It's called Columbus. When he first came, he saw people that looked like the West Indies. He said,
The Vikings predate Columbus's explorations by 500 or 600 years.
Also,
You
West
fucking
Indies
idiot.
means Indian, not black.
Hold on, listen to what you just said, sir. You're talking about Leif Erikson, right? When he came here,
No,
sir,
I'm talking about before Leif Erikson. See, you don't even know what you're talking about.
Sir, doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
If you believe that they came here and there was nobody here, you're insane.
I'm insane. You're bringing up examples of 1790, and then you say Christopher Columbus.
How did black people get here? How did black people get here? That's
No.
Columbus, when he made the reference to Indians, he thought he discovered India.
First of all,
How did black people get
it
here?
wasn't called India. It was called something else back in those times, sir. So India wasn't even a word. It was called
Polynesia or something.
something stand.
Not Polynesia.
Something stand. I can't remember, but it wasn't called. There was no word.
India.
For India came later. After
so-
Columbus. Did you know that? So go back and do your research on that. So when he said West Indies, he meant West Indies because there was no such thing as India.
I didn't make the
Columbus-
reference to West Indies. I was talking about when he used the word Indians. He thought he discovered India.
No, it wasn't India. Indians is actually the black Americans that were here, sir. The black
What
people
the
that
fuck
were
are you
already
talking
here.
about, dude?
Indians are
I'm-
the
okay.
Asians that were here.
No,
Indians are the Asians that were
there
here.
was no Asians over here. So go look this up. Webster's Dictionary. The definition
Native Americans are Asian, bro.
No, okay, yeah, those are Siberians. So here, they're new.
Correct. At
What
least
the
we agree
fuck?
on that. Hey,
So
let's take a
listen,
pause.
listen.
At least we agree
No,
on that. They
no,
are Siberian. That is true.
Yeah, they're Siberian. Exactly. So listen
We
to
agree on
this.
that.
So listen to this. Listen to this.
I'm
okay?
glad we agree on something.
American Indians are black. They've always been black. Go look at the map of 1611.
When did they get here, though?
Go, they've been here. They've been
Well,
here.
if you were born here, if your ancestors were born here and we were born somewhere else, then how are we two different species?
Yeah.
We're two different
So-
species.
so-
We're not
so
the
go
same
look-
species of beings.
Go look at the Webster's Dictionary of 1828 and look at the definition of American.
Bro,
That's
you're
my
false.
point. Did I say that black people are different
You don't know what
species?
you're talking about.
Do you
They're
know
different
what the
species.
Webster's Dictionary for American was?
American Indian or Alaskan Natives refers to a person having origins in any of the original peoples of North and South America. That has nothing to do with black people.
No, sir, it does. But hold
No,
on, sir.
it doesn't.
First of all, Alaska. We're not talking about Alaska. We're not talking about them. We're talking
You
about
made the point of American
You talking about
Indians.
Atlanta? What the hell you talking about?
American Indian comes from here.
American Indians, along with American Indigenous, it's all the
American
same.
Indigenous, right? American Indigenous. So go look up the term of American.
Bro, I looked it up. You're wrong. You don't know what you're talking about.
No. So if you looked it up, what's the definition of American in 1828 Webster's Dictionary? What's the definition?
In 1828?
Yeah, go look it up. You can
In
actually look it up.
1828, you want me to look up the definition of America?
Yes, and
Who
the
were
Webster
enslaved and not considered American? You're fucking dumb, bro.
No,
You
sir.
weren't considered human
you,
beings back
if
then.
you keep disrespecting me, sir, I'm gonna drop you. I want to
You
have
know
the
that black people weren't considered
but
human
I'm
beings
not
back
gonna
then.
take. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna take name calling from a Neanderthal.
Okay.
So you want me to look
He's
up?
not white. He's not white.
I'm a native.
He's not white.
I'm not a Siberian either. Not a
What
Siberian.
the fuck?
I'm not gonna take it from a Neanderthal or a Siberian. I'm not gonna do it.
So you want me to look up the definition of an American in 1828?
Of American in 1828,
I
Webster's
looked it up.
Dictionary. Google it.
Were slaves considered
looked it up.
Americans?
Some guy named Unbearable said he looked it up.
There was 3 classifications here in America. One was the American Negro. Why would they say American Negro if it wasn't an American Negro?
Because you got the African Negro.
And then there was an African Negro. That was another classification. And then there also was a 3rd classification. It was called the American Creole. Why would they have these Why would they use the word American if they didn't come from America?
Creole.
Why would they say
black people in Louisiana.
Hold on. Why would they say African Negro? Why would you need to say African Negro if they came from Africa? They specified the ones that came from Africa were African. Go look. This is easily to look up. African Negro, American.
I'm looking at
Negro,
it right now, and it has nothing to say about it.
Because the ones that were in Africa at the time, not in
an American Creole.
It says Noah Webster's dictionary in 1828 as definition was twofold. As an adjective, it meant pertaining to America, and as a noun, it initially referred to the aboriginal inhabitants, copper-colored races, but had evolved to primarily mean descendants of people born in America.
There you go. That's not the exact Webster's dictionary. You're reading something else.
I'm looking at Webster's dictionary.com.
Copper-colored, right? Because I'll pull it up too, brother. I'll pull it up too.
You ain't copper-colored, motherfucker.
I am copper-colored, actually.
That's the correct term.
Copper-colored is not you. You are dark as hell.
This is Webster's dictionary, 18.
You are midnight plus 1 minute colored. You ain't copper.
Hold on, guys. Hold on, real quick. Host.
And you are pale. You are pale pink. You're not even white tea. You're pink. You're pink,
Host.
Sir.
I got a question.
You're pink like my big toe. You're pink.
Host. I have a question.
I love that. Thanks.
Host. Who are the people they mentioned as the Clovis people?
The Clovis people.
Yeah, this is thousands of years before the claim that you made that black people were the inhabitants of this country.
Black people were the inhabitants here, sir. That's already been
proved
by white scientists. By white scientists.
No, they weren't, dude.
So hold on, I'm about to pull up the Webster's dictionary.
I just literally pulled it up. You said Webster's
dictionary. The bloodline of indigenous people in North America, why is it not African American, but it's Asian and Siberian?
Why would it be African American? Why would it be
There's
African
no such thing.
First of all, there's no such thing
as an African American.
Yeah, there's no such thing, especially in that time. Especially in that time.
This is where y'all getting it wrong at. The term black, the term Negro, the term color, and African American, these were all names that were given to the indigenous people. They changed the indigenous people name. There was absolutely 100% fact that there was melanated people. No people on this planet Earth prior to them enslaving our people were called black people. That name came when they enslaved us. So when a brother is telling y'all that there was melanated people on this land, all you guys got to do is go pull up the Papa Bull from 1452. When Rome gave Portugal first permission to go enslave. Now I'm not going to tell you who they said to go enslave, and it tells you
13,000 years ago were the first inhabitants of North America. They were referred to as the Clovis people. They came across the Bering Strait. They were Asian and Siberian.
Exactly. That's a fact.
They're not melanated.
No. They weren't. You're right. They weren't. Those were second.
13,000.
Bro, 13,000 years.
Let me tell you
You're
what.
only
Let me tell
going
you what I
back
can tell you.
900 years.
Let me tell you what I can tell you. Let me tell you this. Listen,
Dude said 1400.
Africa does not have the franchise.
All
from
the
black
all the
people.
people come from black people. Brown, black, no
No,
color.
Equator.
Every
that's
color come from
false
black
That's
people.
too.
the equator,
It's
and
not false.
it goes through
Bro, white,
Africa.
listen,
It doesn't start
white
in
and white
Africa.
only can make white. You can't make no white and white only can make white. When you make white and
No
white, but when you
shit.
mix, so when you
So who
Black
did
and
you
black
come
can make
from?
albinos.
So who
Bro,
did
the
you come
Black
from?
furthest
produce
back you guys went is the 1400s. I'm
Listen,
telling you,
black
scientists have
produce.
proven
You're dumb.
13,000 years
You got a
ago
low IQ,
the
sir.
only
You're dumb.
inhabitants of North
You're
America
under
were Asian and
propaganda and
Siberian
witchcraft.
bloodline
You're under propaganda and witchcraft, sir.
because of the Bering
You have
Strait.
been
This dude
propagating
is over
someone
here
else's
advocating for
heritage and
fucking.
lineage, sir. You're a reservation
Black
bandit, sir.
people
I'm
didn't even
trying to
come
tell you the
across the
truth.
ocean at
Motherfucker,
that
your
time.
list
You're
is
a reservation. I
atrocious, and
do
you're
have a
calling
list.
me
I do have,
uneducated.
yeah, you're a reservation bandit. So that's what it is. You're a
I'm a
$5
reservation
bandit. I
bandit.
bet you if you cam up, you look like you're Italian. You look like you're Irish. I bet if you cam up,
Really?
you don't even look like a native. Go
Can we
cam
put a
up.
wager
Oh,
on
I
this? I want
don't.
to see it. I want to
Cam
see
up.
it.
FBI,
Wanna
Let's put a
bet?
have
wager.
y'all seen,
I bet you look
have y'all seen
Hispanic.
the have y'all seen the movie
I
Roots?
bet you look like a
Yeah.
Mexican. I bet you look like a Mexican.
Have you seen the
Oh
movie
Lord.
Roots?
Oh Lord.
Who's
Yeah, no.
racist
Wow.
now, you
Reason,
piece of shit?
Oh
the reason why
Lord.
Look in
He
my
was
why I'm
eyes.
pointing
Asian.
out the
You
He
look
movie
was
white.
Roots
Asian.
is
You look
because
I'm
Kunta
white.
you look white.
Kinte
He.
You look
There's
white.
no
Kinte
white
tried to tell
about him.
Bill
There you
that
go.
she was African.
That's
Okay.
not white.
Fucker looks
I'm
like
white, you
goddamn
dumb son
Genghis
of
In
a
the movie
Khan. He
bitch.
is
Kunta,
not
when
white.
Kunta Kinte
You
tried to
fucking
tell Bill
idiot.
that she
I'm
was
not
He looks
white.
like
What in the
Genghis Khan, you
Jesse?
dumb fucker.
What in the Jesse
Actually, he
Smollett did the
does.
host just say?
So again, you don't belong over here in
What in the
America, sir.
Jesse
Motherfucker, my
Smollett did
people
you
were
just
here
say?
before you.
Trying to call
No,
him
Oh
white,
yeah,
and he looks like ding ding ding
he was
ding ding
definitely
ding
there,
ding
man.
no,
ding.
they weren't.
Motherfucker,
No,
not
they
my
white.
people were here
He's
before you.
They
Asian.
weren't. They weren't, sir. They weren't.
He's
It
Asian
says right
and
here, the
Yellow
white.
first
Asian.
people of North
Yellow
America
Asian.
13,000 years ago were
That's
my
funny.
people.
That's a narrative, sir. You're
Oh my
spewing
God.
narratives.
You don't
You've
know
already
nothing.
been found out. You've
Yeah.
already been found out, and that's a narrative. You're spewing theories based on theories
Another
because the
Jesse
invaders,
Smollett. Another
because
Jesse
the
Smollett.
invaders. Don't be
Theories.
disrespectful. You've been
This
talking
is
quite a
scientific
lot.
research,
You've
bitch.
been
Not
talking. No, it's
invaders and
not.
victors of war.
No, it's not.
Victors of
You
war.
are invaders.
Victors
You
of
are
war,
invaders. What
loser.
you will not
What
find.
about the
I
What
will
you will
not
immigrants,
not
listen
man?
to the
find in the
words of the
indigenous
conquered.
armies. Can somebody please mute him?
Yeah, and I
You
will
will
not
not
listen to the words of the
find.
conquered.
You will not find in
The losers, the conquered.
those. You will not find in those museums scalps of Afro people. What you will find is your scalps because the indigenous armies were fighting y'all on our lands, getting you up out of here. That's a
How
fact.
tall are you? How
The
tall?
Buffalo
How tall are you, sir?
Soldiers,
How
the
tall are you,
Buffalo
sir?
Soldiers are the ones who was scalping y'all. So you
Come
weren't
on.
friends. You were
The
never
Buffalo
friends.
Soldiers.
And
Yes.
yes, you were
When was
never
that term
friends.
first coined?
What is she talking about?
Yeah.
When was that
You were
term
never
first
Sir, it
coined?
friends.
wasn't
You were
you,
scalps.
sir.
So when you
Sir.
look
When was
How
in
the
that
tall are you?
museum,
Buffalo
you're gonna
Soldier
Listen to
find
first
me.
your
coined?
scalps.
Okay,
In the
hold on.
You're gonna
Civil
find
Hold on,
War.
your
real quick.
Thank
scalps.
you,
Hold on, hold on,
Katie.
hold
In
on.
the
You're going to
Civil
find.
War. You
Hold on,
You're
real
dumb
quick.
bringing
nigga.
up
Find your
Hold on, hold
times.
on, real
scalps
quick. If it
there.
wasn't for us,
Okay.
y'all wouldn't have won the Civil War, sir. That's a fact. Abraham Lincoln said that. But hold on, sir. How tall are you, sir?
Bro,
Hold on,
we're
real quick.
talking about before all that.
I'm gonna
We're
need you to cut
talking
a
about
lot of
things that
background noise.
predate the fucking 1800s, the
Hold on, sir.
1400s.
Sir, can I ask you a question? How tall are you? How tall
Who
are you?
are the Clovis people?
No, sir. Answer this question. How
Who
tall are you?
are the Clovis people?
How tall are you, sir?
Ask your
Answer this
mama.
question.
Who are the
Ask
Clovis people?
Sir, I'm gonna give you one more chance. I'm gonna give you one more chance. How tall are you, sir?
Ask your mama. Who are the
Okay, I drop you. He's about 5'5". Now think about this: a 5'5" watermelon head, Asian looking YT passing person was fighting in the dismal swamp against a 6-foot Englishman. That don't even make no sense. Unathletic. He can't run. He can't run faster than a donut. He can't even run faster than a donut. He looks like the Pillsbury Doughboy. Okay, think about that guy in the jungle fighting against the English. Don't even make sense. You put a tomahawk in my hand, I'm taking a scalp. I'm more athletic. I can run faster. I'm
you can't.
stronger.
Fat and black.
Hey,
Every
host,
way.
let me ask you this,
In
man.
Damn nigger
every
call me
way.
that.
Hey,
In every
host.
way.
Hey, host, let me ask
We
you
were
this.
beating y'all back with bow and arrows and tomahawks.
Hey, let me ask you this, a legit question, man. Who were the first people that came to North America?
It wasn't happening by black people, man. We were here. Black people traveled everywhere.
What
We were
black?
here.
When you say black people, are you talking about?
If you want to use the out of Africa theory and say that year 100,000 years we travel, you can use
No,
that.
I'm not talking about. No, I'm not talking about Africa or anything like that. When you say black people, are you talking about black people from West Africa, or what black people are you talking about? What are
I'm
you
not talking
referring
about
to?
black. Okay, there's actually three types of black people. Okay, there's black Europeans. Okay, there's black people that come from Africa, and then there's the black, and we don't even have to call them black. They can just be copper colored or melanated people. But we're black today because we were reclassified. But there's black people that was also here in the Americas. Matter of fact, you can't go anywhere in the world and not find some type of melanated being an aboriginal. If you to be the first aboriginal, you have to be us. We're copper color. If you put a penny next to me, I'm really close. I'm really dead on the penny. Dead
No,
on.
you're fucking not. You're dark.
So melanated people are like what, Asians or anybody who's dark.
No, melanated people is anybody who got
All
melanin.
human beings are melanated, dude.
Yeah, to an extent, but you're melanin deficient, sir. You come from the melanin
No,
deficient.
we're not melanin deficient. You're just so fucking done. You're just
You're
goddamn burnt.
You're a pale face, sir. So
You're goddamn burnt is what you
So,
are.
for example, are
Yeah,
Asians melanated people, or what are they? Like Asians?
Asians have melanin, so they're considered melanin. But what I'm saying is,
So are they considered black?
no.
No, they are not considered black. If they was
This is
considered
very
black, they would have
confusing
been
to me because I'm trying to
counted
learn something.
amongst us, and they would
No.
have been
They would have
been
been
so-called
mixed in
enslaved.
with us, and they
Let
would
me
have got
know when they have the history that we have in this country. They do not. And they can't sit up here and claim to be indigenous to this land when the invaders gave them that political title because they were known as white tea people during the Know Nothing Party. They even fought to be white. So we don't want to hear it. Your genetics is the same as white tea. You are the steep people.
So let's say this. So let's do this. When was the first term? When was Native American first used? What group first used Native American? Do you know that?
Probably a bunch of fucking whiny blacks.
No. The first Native American was YT. Have you ever heard of the Native? Go back and watch the Gangs of New York. When you got the dead rabbit.
Okay. All right. So when white people got here,
Motherfuckers using movies as his evidence of fact.
No. That's not
when white
actually,
people.
Hold on, real quick. Are you so dumb to think that movie wasn't based in some type of historical fact?
Bro,
Don't you know
you're
that they do
fucking
that?
slow, fucking
Go
retard.
look it up. Sir,
Fucking retard, bro.
Who's saying that? Broken?
I'm saying it.
Broken Native? Who's
Broken
saying
You're
that?
a
is the one
fucking
on the bottom
retard.
calling you a
Broken
retard.
Native?
I'm on the
Okay.
top calling you a
Broken
nigger.
Native?
Yeah.
What? Oh, I gotta kick y'all out, man. Y'all gotta go. The white supremacists gotta go. The white supremacists gotta go. Y'all gotta go. Y'all gotta go because y'all don't know how to talk. Y'all so angry at the truth. You're devils. You're just devils. All you and you reservation bandits. Y'all are even more devils. Let's just keep it a buck. Y'all just keep it a buck.
So what's the argument? Why is a group of people, no matter who they are, if I myself, for an example, want to claim that I'm Black American or whatever I want to claim, why is somebody else worried about what the fuck I want to claim and where I'm from? Why is it anybody's business?
Because they don't got no life.
Our little separations taken away from who we really are.
If we saying that we been here since 17 and 1800s and we don't want to claim African, we want to claim America, why is it a problem with anybody?
It's not a problem.
It shouldn't be. You know that's where it's called mind your business. It shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't even be a discussion. It shouldn't even be a discussion at all because this is our business. If this is what if I want to say I'm a pit bull, who are you to tell me I'm not a pit bull?
Nobody.
So if we're saying, that's like me. If I can trace my daddy's daddy, back to the 1800s. And I can't go and have no valid proof outside of them saying you were brought from Africa. But if you go read and study the Papa Bulls, when the Pope gave permission to Portugal to first enslave all the enemies of the Christians, because that's what it literally says, go enslave the Muslims and other enemies of Christ. Then in 1492, they issued 1493, they issued another papal bull to Spain. And Spain did the same thing. They enslaved the Moors, the Hebrews that were over there, and then they came right over here to this land where some of these same people were already, because that's what the papal bulls say, go and take their lands, wherever their lands are, and put them into perpetual slavery. The only people that's in perpetual slavery is us, the Black Americans. And the reason why no other people can claim Black American is because a Nigerian is a Nigerian. An Ethiopian is an Ethiopian, a Jamaican is a Jamaican. They have changed our names from color to Negro, Afro-American, African-American, and Black. Prior to this, no other people on this planet Earth has been called Black. Only but the descendants of the slaves that's here in these Americas right here. The ones that has the English last names. None of you other people have English last names. That means we were enslaved by the English. The people who have Spanish last names, that means they were enslaved by the Spanish.
Yeah, but people from Jamaica have English last name and they were enslaved by the English.
But you were enslaved over in Jamaica, though.
Yeah, exactly.
That part of the island.
I understand that, but what I'm saying to you,
what year did the first Mexican?
but listen, listen. Can I say this? Let me say this, man. It's nothing to be proud of by being enslaved by the English if you're a Jamaican or Black American. It's not something to be proud of. But what I'm saying to you,
we're not saying that we're proud. We're making a distinction.
Yeah,
we're just making a distinction.
We're not y'all.
And saying this
us.
is what happened.
Right, I understand that.
Listen, did you lose your identity? You know you're Jamaican, right? From the land of Jamaica. We lost our identity. Land took. I brought up roots not to reference and say, oh, this is fact. I was bringing up roots because when Kunta Kinte tried to tell Belle she was African, she said, I am not African.
Exactly.
She said, don't call me African. My mama is from this land. I'm American. Even in the movie Roots, she said, I'm not African. My mama is from over here. I was born here. I ain't African. Don't you call me that.
Right.
So they put the truth out there for those who want it. If you don't want it, you just don't want it. But this shouldn't even be an argument. We got something that we need to be doing as Black Americans. We don't need to be arguing with you guys about what we are and what we not. We trying to build, and we have the right, every right. If we think somebody got their hand in our cookie jar, we got every right to speak about it. And if we want to, cut your damn hand off. We saying, look, get your hand out of our cookie jar. Get your hand out of our cookie jar. Let us do us, y'all do y'all. Simple.
Respect.
Facts. And the whole premise is this is what
I completely agree with you, brother.
Okay, well, you might not agree with this one, but this is facts too. This is the whole premise of today's show. Black people should not be the face of crime. Black people should not be the face of gang or violence, anything, because that was put on us.
But you have to understand that it's a profit. I mean, people use Black people to make money. It's a fact.
Yes, correct. Right.
But
understand what I'm saying. I'm saying that while we were still enslaved, there was gangs here in America. There was Irish gangs. There were German gangs. They were called the Bowery Boys. They were called the Dead Rabbits. They were called the Plug Uglies. And there were the Tammany Hall people. Okay?
They still exist now. They wear a police uniform.
Exactly. So while we were still enslaved, these gangs were committing all types of crime. And my premise is this: all crime is imported. It didn't come from us. It came from immigration. Immigration brought in a mixture of different cultures, and with those different cultures, they came survival tactics, there came schemes, they came scams, and they came organized crime, and they came connections. In their country, in order to rise to the top, You got to have connections. And they brought that over here and start making those connections here. And he said, oh, my brother is a police officer. What kind of scheme can we run to make some money for our people? That's what happened. Black people have never been involved in organized crime. Okay, we've never our crime is different from immigrant crime. We don't write letters and say, "Hey, I'm a Princess Amunda, and if you open this account, you're gonna get $1 billion." We don't do that. We know that immigrants. They're very good at scams because they come from that culture. That's the only way they can rise to the top. Here, yeah, La Costa Nostra. Let's keep it above. The Black Hand. The Black Hand is not the black man. It was an organization, a mafia affiliate organization, organized crime, and they were allowed to do that crime. And then instead of being punished for their crime, they were given citizenship and saying you are now YT. You have now white privilege. They were allowed to they were allowed to go from gangs to corporations to politicians, while we were allowed to go from slavery to business to just redlined and we were kicked out, but we got blamed for all the dirt that they did. That's the premise of this. That's why we want to close these borders. That's why we want to get these people back in their own homeland and say the best thing for y'all to do is to stay in your homeland and try y'all best to make it great. Fight like hell, like Foundational Black Americans did. Don't live off the coattails and the blood and sweat.
But I do understand what you're saying, but you're blaming. Listen. You're talking about the Irish and the I don't want to say their name, the small hats when they got here, and you're talking about the Italians. Right, exactly. Those people were doing that, but not like you can't compare people like that to, a Mexican who can't really. It's not even the same comparison. You're comparing white people to minorities who are brown.
No. What did the Mexican do? They brought in the Mexican cartel. They brought in the drug mules. Come on, man. What are you talking about? We didn't bring that in.
Right.
Here.
I understand that, but what I'm saying
is immigration is not good, because if it brings that in, and what neighborhood do they bring it to? They don't bring it straight to the YT neighborhood. They bring it to the black neighborhood.
We can't only
what
be.
About
we
the
can't,
white
we,
immigration? Do you
look,
support
we can't
that?
just look. We can't just be
no,
brown.
I don't support. Listen, I'm saying all immigration brought in violence, and then they pushed their violence off and made black people the scapegoat. That's what I'm saying. We became the scapegoat because while all this gang violence was going on, you know what the newspapers were saying at that time? Watch out for black people. Watch out for black predators. Watch out for these people. They always had to find a way to mention our name when somebody else was doing the crime and the thuggery and the thievery. When we were wearing our Sunday's best and just trying to make a living and trying to work, they were still blaming us. They were still lynching us. They were still terrorizing our communities. When we weren't even the problem. We weren't even doing anything. If we did steal anything, it was really because we was just trying to survive and feed our family. But when they were doing it, they had a whole crime syndicate behind them. They were trying to take over neighbors. They were sending letters saying, "Pay me $1,000 or we're gonna kidnap your son."
So are you saying the government is racist?
Yeah, heck yeah.
Right, there you go. So it's the government.
I'm not letting the government off the hook.
It ain't just the government.
Yeah, I'm not letting the government off the hook, but I'm not letting the immigration that came. I'm not letting the immigrants that came over here off the hook either, because they brought racism with them. The people who started the Ku Klux Klan, those were the Irish, the freaking rednecks. They started the Ku Klux. They started the Klan.
AJ, do the Mexicans do business with black people?
No, they don't.
Right. So that should tell you right there. They don't support our business. They don't even hire nobody else but
Right.
themselves.
Come on.
But if we try to do it, then there's a problem. Then we become racist. But everybody, if you go to Chinatown, I'm in Las Vegas. You go to Chinatown, it's all China business, and they hire only China people.
Come on.
Right.
We got whole Mexican communities where the businesses are in Mexican and they only hire Mexican people. So
the question: why are we supporting them then? Why are black people supporting these motherfuckers?
This is what the brother trying to tell you. they have came in and tried to usurp us and made a pact with white tea, and they're getting all the stuff that we was getting and should be getting. Now they're getting it all, and the reason why is because not the Haitians or the Jamaicans and the Nigerians, when we were supporting them and not tripping, we put them in office.
Come on.
We didn't look at them as, oh, you Jamaican or you Haitian. We was like, oh, this black people. But when we put them in office, guess what they did? They didn't give us nothing, and then they gave it to all their people. So all the immigrants are getting all the money. It's so much so now that like in Nevada, we got the Southern Nevada Workforce Board and Northern Nevada Workforce Board. The Mexicans are getting all of this money, and they're not. Yes, because there's a federal law that say they got to probably give 10% or 4 or 5% to Black Americans, but other than that, they're gonna give all of that to their people, all the jobs, all the housing. It's gonna go through their people. So they're systematically along. Look, if see the white tea do everything symbolically. If you know the game of 8-ball, and when you rack the balls up, the 8-ball is in the middle of all the other colors of the other balls. When you take the rack off, the white balls shoot into them, break them apart, and then he shoot all the other balls in. And the last ball he has to shoot in is the 8-ball. Why? Because we have the most dominant genes. And the reason why this is all going on, because just genetically, we can wipe out white tea. Just genetically by them mixing with us. So his whole survival depends on him doing what the brothers say doing. White tea commit more crime when it come to rape, when it come to murder. He's leading the list and all of these things. He's getting more benefits. He's getting more DEI. But they're saying it's all us, and all the other nations are in with him. They're all in it together, like you said, because they eat off of us. We spend $1.6 trillion annually. If we pull our money from this economy, it would collapse. It would be no more. But all of that money is, guess what, going to all the other nations. And guess what? Those other nations don't even put it back in America. They send it back to where they're from, China. Now, they're not, you see what I'm saying? So in order for us to even survive these next 20 years in this country, because they say by 2050, Black Americans will be done, like will be completely in poverty, broke. So if we don't make a move right now and do what the brother is saying doing, because every man, what good does it do for you to leave your land, come over here and try to change this land, but you can't change your own land, and then come and try to people on the land how they should live and act.
Come on.
It's funny.
That's like you coming into my house telling me what I should do, how I should clean, and what I should cook. No, get the hell out. If you don't like it, just leave. Simple as that. Go clean up your own house first. Go make a difference in your own house. Make your own house right. Because what it looks like is like, not you, I'm just saying in general, it looks like paradise. If you leave your country and you can't make your country right, to come over in another country and live good while your country and your people is over there suffering, then you over here trying to tell Black Americans, when we've been suffering for 400 years, trying to tell us what we should and shouldn't do, who we are and who we ain't. That's bizarre. That's bizarre. That sounds like y'all wrote, not you personally, but it sounds like it's a psyop and y'all working with white tea to keep us down.
Man, I understand where you're coming from, but you have to also understand that, man, when you talk about for example, I'm not talking about white immigrants or Mexicans or people like that. I'm not talking about that, because I know they're racist and they're biased to anybody. I'm not even talking about Black people. I'm talking about to anybody who's an African. If you got a black skin, Indian, Mexican, all these people are racist. I know that for a fact.
Everybody know how the Mexicans get down when they
But what I'm saying is that
in jails and prisons, that's when you'll really see what the Mexicans are really about. You'll see it. You'll see it. Because when you in jail,
where
they really know what it really
what
is.
what about the Indian, the so-called Indian from India? They're racist as well.
They all are. They all. Every last one.
Where are you from, sir? Where are you from?
I'm from the Congo. I'm a black man from the Congo.
You're from
African
the Congo.
man.
You're
Yeah.
African.
But
Okay.
what I gotta say is this. What I gotta say is this, right? I came here because the white tea people have exploited my country. They take all the goddamn resources. There's not. I mean, even if we try to fix. Let me land. Even if we try to fix our country and shit like that, they're involved in the fucking country heavily. So people like me, even if I stood up for my people and I say, oh, the Africans that are living down there, hey, we gotta fight against these people, I'll be targeted, brother. It's a fact. They'll kill me.
So what do you think? So what do you think Black Americans had to do to get their piece of the pie? We had to fight. We had to turn up.
Yeah, but it's what you have to understand that you can't.
Listen, we're in the belly of the beast. We're in the belly of the beast.
You can't fight the Western Empire, man.
We still do. We ain't never stopped. When it's time to turn up, listen, we fought in every major war in America. Okay? We fought against them. We fought from the dismal swamp. We did it all. We revolted. Nat Turner. We did it all. When they came down and brought the troops down to protect us for a little while after slavery, we got our little chance to bubble. But as soon as they left, guess what happened? Jim Crow came in, shut everything down. And you know what we did? We did something in I think it was like 1932. It was called the Silence Movement. We just stood up and we held signs to let Americans know that we don't have a voice in our own country. And you know what? It started bringing notoriety with what was going on. It started. That was the kickoff of what we now see as the civil rights movement. It started in the 30s. It started during the Renaissance. It started when they were lynching us, when they were bombing our towns, when they were destroying our wealthy black cities that we built here. We didn't stop fighting. We fought for this country. The same rights that we fought for that you get to enjoy today is because we fought for that. Why can't you do that in your own country? We face the same thing, if not more, than what you're facing.
Hey man, brother, you have to understand. I think you're missing this, man. What you're missing is this, right? Poor countries in Africa. Africa is not controlled by the black man in Africa. It's controlled by the white people.
Of
You
course.
have to listen. You have to understand. It's an empire.
Listen, white supremacy covers the whole entire globe.
Okay.
But the thing is, you don't find.
So how can you fight back? Hey, listen, man. How can you fight back? Listen, we're not talking about fighting with guns, man. We're talking about fighting with money and economically.
Listen, and I'm about to get to that. Listen, we don't go to other people's country and say they whooping our ass here in America, so we're gonna come over here. We don't do that. Y'all are the only ones, immigrants, period. Y'all are the only ones that do that. And then it's crazy to me because y'all say the white man is doing all this stuff to y'all, and then y'all migrate to the country where the white man is at.
You don't understand my point, brother. You still don't understand.
Don't make no sense.
AJ.
You don't get the point, brother. Yeah.
AJ.
Trust me. Don't make no sense.
Let me say something to AJ. AJ, what country are you from?
He's from the Congo.
Okay. The problem over there is starting from the top to the bottom, meaning the top is your government, and then the bottom is the people. Yes, we know and understand about YT over there. We get it. Now I'm 70 years old. Okay, AJ? And the problem is your top gets bought out and controlled by YT.
Facts.
And then it causes division amongst the bottom, the people. Then you guys fight amongst yourselves. I have been in the African lives and I have listened to a ton of stories.
Step on.
Okay? And you think we didn't have the same thing back in the day? But
crazy.
Too Much just explained to you how we came through the ranks, through different generations, through different dispensation of time. We never gave up the fight. Our men, our ancestors were not cowards. Maybe now the younger generation, because they've been through nothing, because the ancestors made it comfortable for them over here and for you and your people in Africa to run over here. Period. You guys came off of our blood and back. We made that available. The
only way you could have got here is from us.
For you. You tell your people that and don't ever forget it.
You think? I mean, I'm not denying the fact that black people in this country went through hell. I'm not denying that.
They went through hell. That's why you here.
Yes, you
right.
are.
I'm not denying that. That's what I'm just saying to you.
Only way you made it here because they were not trying to let black people immigrate over here. It was because black people said, "No, we want y'all. We thought. See, our mistake was we thought y'all was going to come over here and fight alongside of us. We didn't understand that y'all had tried.
You can't put everybody in the same basket, brother.
No. Listen. There was a few. Kwame knew there was a few riders, but guess what? They had to come under the schooling of foundational Black Americans. That's how they made it. They had to come under the schooling of foundational Black Americans. They had to come under the schooling and the tutelage of us. And once they got that black consciousness, then they were able to take that back to their continent. But they got it from coming around us over here.
Have you ever asked you? No, listen. Why are people running?
We out from there. Go ahead.
Why are people running from their origin? Why are people running from Africa, from South America, from all these countries? Why they're running from their countries and running into fucking America and Europe? Why? Have you ever asked that question?
Of course. And we know the answer. They're fleeing. They're fleeing. Listen.
Okay, why? The question is
we don't
why?
have a place to flee from or flee to.
You're bombing the shit out of them. What are you talking about, dude?
What are you brother? You don't think it happened to our ancestors? Brother, they sucked dogs on us. They lined us up and with the gunnery and just unloaded clips in us, brother. They beat the brother, man. They castrated some of us, brother. Listen, George Washington Carver was a eunuch. Did you know that? George Washington Carver was a eunuch. This is the stuff that they did to us, family. They did it to us before they did it to y'all.
COINTELPRO.
Y'all don't have COINTELPRO. We got COINTELPRO even still today.
AJ, can you hear me, AJ? I want you to listen. No, let me tell AJ this.
Is light from what we experience. First of all, let me hold on. Let me nail this point home real quick. Listen, we are not the majority racially in this country. We are not the majority. Racially, we are only 16%, and we are kicking the YT ass. You are 90%, 99% of the country, and you're getting your ass worked. What kind of mind? Can you imagine? Listen. I saw a video of a YT man spitting on a Kenyan man, a police officer. And nobody did nothing. He was spitting on him, putting boogers on him. If he would have did that to a black man, a foundational Black American man, I don't care how many police officers it was up in there. I don't care how many. I don't care if it was a bar full of YT people and one of him. We would have fought. It would have been on like Donkey Kong, and we would have put them paws on him. We would have took out at least 10, 20 of them right there on the spot. That man just sat there and took it. We're not docile like that. We're not casual like that. We take that very seriously.
Do you think all Africans are like that?
Man, well, listen. I don't know how many videos I done seen of y'all letting the YT man yell at y'all, beat y'all with.
I don't know about that. That's not me, bro.
But hold on. But think about this. Okay, let's go back to the majority thing. You're the majority there, sir. We're the minority here, and we still kick up dust. You're the majority there, and you're not kicking up any dust. You're just accepting. The problem is they have y'all divided, and y'all tribalistic, and y'all so spiteful, and y'all so hateful towards one man rising, then that
Yeah.
y'all and y'all biggest fight that y'all can't seem to get over. See, we defeated poverty coming out of slavery. We defeated
Like
it. The
grab it.
very first enemy that we had to defeat to get to where we at was poverty. We defeated poverty coming out of slavery, sir. You guys are still battling poverty. That's the problem. You haven't defeated poverty. Your biggest problem is always going to be your biggest obstacle, and that's poverty. The moment you defeat poverty, and you got to fight for it, and you got to work hard for it, and you got to be unalived for it, that's when you're going to see growth. But until you defeat poverty, you're always going to get your butt kicked. We defeated that. Coming out of slavery, we had 50,000 patents, over 100,000 inventions. We defeated. We had our own economy outside of the YT. They had to intermingle our economy because our economy was so much more even than the YTs that they had to make us the consumers and make them the producers in order to survive. That's what happened here. We have something called COINTELPRO. That means no matter where we go, no matter what we do, they're always surveying us, watching us, keeping tabs. And what's up, Keena? They're always keeping tabs on us.
Well, let me say this.
Nobody's keeping tabs on our Africans.
Let me say this, and I'm gonna drop. AJ, do you know what strange fruit means?
Do I know what?
Do you know what strange fruit means?
No, I don't.
Okay, that's a saying here from back in the old days. That's when they connect a black person to a tree and unalive them. Okay? Currently, right now, September 2025, Cleveland, Mississippi, and I want everybody in the comment and everybody that's right here on the panel, they are still doing strange fruits on the tree in Cleveland, Mississippi, September 2025. Do you understand what that means, AJ?
Oh yeah, I saw you talking about the young man that got. Yeah, I know what you're. Yeah, I seen that.
Plenty more, but yet we keep it moving. And I rest my claim right there.
Let me hear from thank you, DJ. Let me hear from Prometheus, but I know we've been talking up in here, man. I heard you comment a few times, man. Go ahead, is it Prometheus?
Yeah.
Or
You said it correct. Prometheus 8 minutes. I really appreciate it, man. All y'all got good talking points. I'm really enjoying the live. AJ is no qualm with you, but I'd like to know, why are y'all always, we're trying to get it straight for us. Why do y'all feel like we can't tend to us to get it straight for us? Y'all claim to be that we should listen to y'all as the boss Africans, but y'all can't explain to us anything of divisions in Africa, but y'all are always in our way, just like the YT people or the Italian people. Y'all always inserting yourself. This is our business. This is our work. This is our knowledge. Why not take the blueprint and work it with the people over there so y'all can, because we are known and proven as children from ancestors that handle business. But y'all are always in our business like, no, y'all can't do that. Y'all gotta claim Africa. Y'all ain't who y'all are. Y'all don't know y'all. Who's your grandmother? Show me the grandmother that's connected to the grandmother that can connect us. Why do we have to stop being who we are and submit to you all when we're already always protesting, putting in work as our ancestral blood lineage of American children? I'm an Aboriginal, but I support my FBA brothers and sisters 100%. Why is it we must listen to y'all give us that, but y'all never can give us anything from where you are from? You say you're from the Congo. but you can't take a Congo ancestor and tie it into an American ancestor, right? And tell me anything that I should truly admire about your conversation. It's always an attack point. It's always black Americans, FBAs. We always fight this fight, and we're gonna keep on fighting this fight. That's my question to you. It's no dislike. I love us all. You know what I'm saying? Why can't we handle our business over here in America as the children that we are in this continent? And you get a blueprint from that and handle your business over there and figure out how to get those people in a better position. I'm gonna mute up.
All right, brother, man. I'm just a one African dude from Africa, man. I don't speak for all Africans or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I support the FBAs, man. They've been through a lot. The whole reason why we're here, not only me as an African, all these people from all over the world. We're talking about Italians and, you know, Mexicans and all this shit. They're here because of the civil rights movement. So I'm African. You know what I'm saying? I get the benefit of that, Bill. Not only me, but other people who are white. You get my point? But the thing is, when a lot of people say, oh, you're African, why are you here? I mean, how should I answer? I mean, Americans came to my country, took all the money, took all the resources, divided the people with money. Well, let me land. They took...
Go ahead, Lance.
Go ahead. Yeah, okay. So, and what you have to understand is that we're not in the 1800s or the 1900s, man. We're talking about the Western Empire. We're talking about an empire that is on the neck of the African continent where motherfuckers can't get up, because if they do get up, the America that you live in is going to shut down. All the resources are taken from Africa. If the black man in Africa gets up, it's fucked up for the Western world. So what are we supposed to do?
Sorry, I just want to tell you the truth, brother. That's not true. That's a fact.
It's a fact, brother.
That's not a fact, sir. I'm sorry to tell you, sir. Listen, I hope you understand that America got just as much as resources that y'all got over there in Africa.
Who controls Africa, bro?
But who controls America?
Okay. Let me just tell you the truth. Okay. Your leadership is the reason that your great
keep going to the leadership. Who controls the leadership, man?
Hold on, sir. Your great grandfather sold you guys out.
Right.
That's the truth.
What grandfather are you talking about? You talking about 500 years ago or 200 years ago?
Our ancestors didn't sell us out. Our ancestors stood on business and fought and made it so we can stand on their backs. Y'all ancestors laid down for the white man and said, walk all over our backs and on our children's back. They sold the minerals and they didn't think nothing of it. They said, oh, these ain't worth nothing. Here, take it. We'll take the mirrors, we'll take the pews, and we want a war against ourselves over here on this continent. That's what happened. They sold y'all out. And the people that y'all should be mad at, it's really not the YT man. It's really not. Because anytime y'all want to get the YT man up out of there, y'all can get him. Look what happened in Zambia. Okay, they got the YT man up out of there. They just said, okay, we're enough of that. Go home. And they sent him home. And there was no WAR. Nobody could do nothing about it. Uganda did the same thing. Uganda stood on business and said, you know, we got to get these YT men, these small hats up out of here. And guess what happened? They left. Your problem is your puppet leadership that you're afraid of. And you think it's the YT man. The YT man may be standing behind them, but they're standing in front of them. If you do what Haiti did in 1804 and get rid of your boule class, right? Your house Negroes over there, right? The people the cowards that don't want to fight. If you round them up and say, hey, you either fight or be unalive, guess what? Your continent's going to change.
Right.
But you won't do that.
If you control the money, listen.
It's not about money, because guess what? It's not about money. It's not about money. Because if you knew what it really was about, you would attack their money.
Right.
You would make sure that the economy crashes because then they can't do nothing. See, you gotta stand on business and you gotta ride. You gotta draw a line in the sand and say, don't cross it. If you cross it, this is gonna happen. You see that water tank over there that everybody needs? We gonna destroy it if you come in close.
I think you need to study the empire and how empire works, man. I don't know what you're talking about, but you need to study the empires and how empires work.
Okay, you're telling the people, that did it. We need to study y'all.
We don't need.
You're telling the people that are not living in shipping containers, and we're not living in shanty towns. You're telling those people who stood on business that we need to study y'all. No, you need to study us.
No, I didn't say African culture. I'm talking about empire and how empires work. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about. What are we talking about, man?
The empire. If you listen to what he's saying, it's not us taking your continent. Y'all are attacking Black Americans, FBAs, Aboriginals. Like we're there digging. Like we don't own no tractors, bro. We don't own the big industries. We not digging for the diamonds. We not digging for the gold. You telling us we don't understand the empires. We understand them because we fight them over here. You're not fighting them over there. You're deflecting them over there and fighting us.
And then coming in and cosplaying us.
That don't make sense.
Which makes no sense because
I'm against any African who's fighting against Black Americans. That's just that's not an African.
Well,
I don't know what that is.
So gratitude panel and Too Much and my Aboriginal brother Halito. So sir, I'm listening to this conversation and I wasn't going to join, but I wanted to share a couple things. You said a couple things that I think that you have been mistaken as far as from a learning perspective. When we talk about the resources that were taken away from Africa, we need to understand when you say resources, are you referring to the people? Are you referring to what exactly do you classify as resources? First and foremost, can you share that with me first?
I'm talking about the what Africa has to offer. I'm talking about the people. I'm talking about the minerals. I'm talking about everything that has a value in. That's what I'm talking about.
So, thank you for the clarification. To be clear, America didn't come and take those, nor were they traded like that. Where the story is incorrect that you don't know. We were here. And this country was already populated. So let's walk into common sense. What happened was that they came and captured some of our people and used them as trade. So all of this massive story that aligns with, there were thousands and millions of Africans that were taken, that is an absolute lie. There were some, but not as many as you've been told by his story. Okay? So these are the things that when the Africans come to this country, and I listen to you, you're by default, and you may not realize it, but by default, the elitism that comes across is concerning. Because just like Too Much said, when you came over, we embraced. On our side of TikTok, on the indigenous side of TikTok, we have seen some of the most disrespectful and some of the biggest haters that we've ever seen in our life. And when you say you don't represent Africa or Africans, unfortunately, by default, you do. You know why? Because the same way that we have conversations on the FBA panels, I'm going to share with you and everyone in this live. I caught them, week before last? They created an entire live, used 𝗤𝗏 and called it FBA and Africa versus indigenous Americans. I caught it. I saw it with my eyes. No one else had to tell me this.
That's crazy.
And this is why you have a problem. So what the recommendation is, there's a couple of things, right? How you handle your country, again, would be exclusively on how you handle your country. But what is really not going to be tolerated at all is this continued cosplay. And then they run around and say, oh, ICE is going to come. No. Mm-mm. No, that's not where it's going to happen. Do you understand that you are dealing with a people that are much more intelligent than originally was told by his story? So we hear the same thing of, oh, we want to be, we want to unite. Now we want to unite. But I can remember distinctly, I don't know, maybe 5-7 years ago, you called yourself by distinctly, you're Kenyan, you're Nigerian, you're Liberian, and you want to be clear. And there's nothing wrong with that. Where the problem comes in, you can't cosplay, right? You stand on business and stand on who you are. If there's a problem, I really recommend that you take that back to your community and tell them that we as a whole collective have African fatigue and the nonsense has to stop. I land my plane.
So let me interject here real quick, and that was bars, by the way. Thank you so much, lover of Christ. Thank you so much for that. That was bars. I think our brother AJ needed to hear that, because see, you look at yourself as one man and you thinking you can't do anything. But you may not be able to change things today, but you may start the fire that does. Look at what 𝗔𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝘀𝗶cie is trying to do. How come you're not having, instead of Africans coming in here coming on TikTok and talking about Black Americans and then trying to team up with the Caribbeans and then try to team up with the indigenous and come against FBA, y'all should be trying to solve the problems over there in the continent. Instead of Jamaicans trying to talk about Black Americans during some hurricane that it wasn't even us, it was really more Caribbeans doing it. They should be trying to figure out how they can fix their country and fix their homeland and solve problems over there. Let me tell you what we're doing. If you guys go to FBAcoin.org, go to FBAcoin.org, you will see that Black people are doing phenomenal things. And listen, this is not just an FBA coin. This is for our indigenous brothers and sisters too. Okay? To me, in my eyes, if you were here before the United States was what existed, you're us. You may not call yourself FBA, you may call yourself copper color, you may call yourself American Indian, but if you have roots to the United States and you were here before the United States, this cryptocurrency coin is for you. We're solving problems and we're putting it on the blockchain. We're making it transparent. We're putting true meritocracy. We're building an ecosystem and infrastructure. Family, it's phenomenal. It's when I say it's like we're so close to launching. I really mean it. We're so close to launching. I want you guys in at the ground floor. Join our Telegram. Get the information. We have an NFT sale right now, which we're raising money to seed the LP right now. And that's what we're doing for our people. We're saying come out of the system that's rigged and let's go back to an economy that made us wealthy, that made us millionaires. That made the first Black woman a millionaire. That made the first Black real estate mogul a millionaire. That made the first We were the first in everything. Let me just put it that way. We come from a generation of hard worker, innovative, and intellectual people. We have we have a spectrum. We're very balanced people. We got people at the bottom, but we definitely got people at the top, and we got people squished in the middle. We got people from all walks of life. There's only 13 to 16% of us, 18% of us that are not at the poverty level. Did y'all know that 85% of Black Americans are either in the middle class or rich? 85%. Those are the numbers now. 85%. It used to be 64. The new numbers came out. There's only a small percentage of us that are really underneath the poverty level. But we come from people that we may start out in poverty, but we don't necessarily stay in poverty. Why? Because we work hard. We're very hardworking. We work hard and we do what it takes to build ourselves up, regardless of what system we're in. But now we're saying, instead of focusing on the system that's against us, where you can't get a loan, where you can't get a hand up, where you got to battle and battle and battle and battle and battle until you get to the top, we're saying we're building a system for foundational Black Americans, for all of our indigenous brothers and sisters, for anybody who can trace their lineage back to at least the 1870 census. We got a token for you. We got our own currency. We're building our own economy, an ecosystem, and you're welcome. You're welcome to be a part of that at the ground floor. Now, if you say it's too soon, fine, it's too soon. Wait till we get to 1 million market cap. Wait till we get to 10 million market cap. Shoot, wait till we get to 100 million market cap. But this coin is going to be the premier coin for our people. We are going to use this in our ecosystem. We're going to build manufacturing. We're going to build distribution. Okay, we're gonna build agriculture. Okay, we're gonna fund our own politicians. We're gonna start our own political party. You understand what I'm saying? We're gonna do it all on the blockchain, because everything's moving there anyway. So we're jumping on board early, and we're thinking futuristic. We're not just pioneers. And I'm gonna embrace it, because I always say I'm a pioneer. We're not just pioneers. We're not pioneers anymore. Our ancestors were the pioneers. We are the vanguards. We are building something new. We are building something new with technology and information that our ancestors could only dream about having. We're building a new ecosystem, a new system that's going to build us generational wealth. We're going to create, mark my word, we are going to we're going to be a millionaire building machine by the time we're done. We're going to build generational wealth, and we're going to collapse time frames, and we're going to leapfrog other ethnic groups. The YT people, we're going to leapfrog them, because we're going to put everything we got into our own ecosystem, into our own currency, and that's how we're going to ride. That's what we do. Instead of talk about it, we're about it. We've already built it, family. It's already built. It's already ready to go. We're just seeding the LP right now. And we're doing that through our powerful NFT sale. We have 5 tiers: bronze, silver, gold, platinum, and diamond. Okay? We have about 85 NFTs that we're going to unleash onto the family. They're going to hold about 36% of the supply. We have 1 billion tokens, 364 million, is going to 85 people are going to hold those tokens. Okay, those 85 people. Listen, we expect big things from them. We expect this coin to just leapfrog and get to the top of the charts really quick once we launch. This is for us, by us, and 100% made by people of our lineage. We're of the lineage. You cannot hold an NFT unless you're of the lineage. You can't be a founder of this coin unless you're of the lineage. We want now, once we release it to the public, anybody can buy it. Anybody can get it. And guess what? It benefits us, because there's a 10% tax, 5% goes to the treasury and the marketing and the LP, and the other 5%, guess what, family? It goes back to y'all. There's a reward system built into this token. you get rewards just for holding the coin. So imagine let's just say you have 5 coins, and that you gotta, that's really small. But let's say you start out with 5 coins. A week later, you're gonna double. You're gonna have 10 coins. You're gonna have 40 coins. You're gonna have 50 coins. You're gonna have 100 coins, because it's just gonna keep going up. Because as people buy and sell into the economy, into the token, you get a reward. So that's what we're doing. That's how we're combating all this. We're not in rooms sitting here just talking about y'all. See, I didn't bring up an African once. They come in my room. All I did was bring up. I didn't even talk about an African. I was talking about Italians. I was talking about the Mafia. I was, I'm talking about the Black Hand, the La Costa Nostra. I'm talking about that. And here they come up into my room, because I don't.
But you know why? You know why,
on
right? You know why, right? Because that air of elite, the air of elitism. And you see AJ got out of here when I brought up that 𝗤𝗏𝗄𝐿 page. I'm surprised that 𝗤𝗏𝗄𝐿 doesn't know this yet. Because when I tell you it was disgusting, it was ridiculous to try to cause infighting.
Hold on real quick.
That's what it's called, FBA and Africans versus indigenous.
Hold on.
You know why? Because
hold on real quick. 1021. All you got to do is go to FBAcoin.org, and right there on the website it says join our Telegram. Right there on the website. So if I was supposed to get back to you, I don't know if you sent me a message, that's the only way I can give you the Telegram. So you can either send me a DM, or you can go straight to FBAcoin.org and join the Telegram from there. We got 100 people in the Telegram family. We got 1,000 people in the Discord family. We got 1,000 people in the Discord. Lineage verified people in a Discord. Okay? 1,000. So we've been working, family. We got 100 in the Telegram. 1,000 in the Discord family. And when I say 1,000, I mean everybody did their genealogy and got their lineage done. I believe in getting your lineage verified. Listen, we can't even have a deep conversation till I know you're truly of the lineage. If you just say you're of the lineage, I might believe you, but I still won't go deep with you. I'm lineage verified, family. I'm lineage verified. My lineage goes back to at least 1790 on both sides of my family. I went to a genealogist. They checked me out. They made sure. They call it reparations ready or whatever. I'm ready. But I'm not waiting on reparations, family. I don't believe. Listen, family. Some of y'all are like reparations, and that's cool. I'm not against it. I'm for it. You know, I'm a Black American. I'm saying we should get our money. But I'm not gonna wait for the YT man to give me something that I know already belongs to me. And I just can't expect that my enemy would give me anything good. I can't expect him to do anything for me. I know when he does do something for me, it's because I forced him to do it. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to build an infrastructure and an ecosystem for our people to where listen, family, you won't have to beg the YT man for a loan no more. You can come to the community pool, and we practice group economics, and we will help you build your business. We will loan you or give you the funds to build your business, family. You can come to the community pool, and we're going to make sure you got the money to build your business. We want to support our politicians, not the ones that are. No, I'm talking about grassroots. You got to be from the grassroots, and you got to be approved by one of our activists that are really on the ground stomping. And we're going to make sure when we put you in office that you do that you work for the people. You work for foundational Black Americans first. This is not a we are the world, and we're not coming in with we gonna play their game and then we're gonna get to no. We're putting our agenda number one. Our agenda is going to be at the top, and that's the only way you're going to get our support. You got to put the same way the APAC run things. We're going to run things for the FBA. We're going to be like, hey, you working for us, and you're going to do what we need you to do. I don't care what they asking for, but we're going to do what we need you to do. That's what it is. And that's the only way you're going to get our vote. You're going to get 50 million. Listen, you're going to get 20 plus million votes out of us. So you better pay attention, because we about to mobilize and we about to take off. So that's what we're doing, family, and we're asking y'all to just get in where you fit in. Do your research. I'm not going to beg you to invest in something that you know is good for you. I'm going to tell you, just do your research. Get in when you're comfortable. Okay? And it's not even easy to buy this coin. We're going to have to walk you through the steps and show you how to purchase and how to get this coin. We're going to have to walk you through the steps. We're going to have to say, okay, we're going to put a video out, put it on the website to show you how to buy into this token. And that's how you're going to get in. And that's how we're going to take over. Thank you, lover of Christ. Thank you so much. Family, I'm about to get off this thing, but my original topic before it got changed was talking about how we are not the face of crime. We've never been the face of crime. They made us. There was the propaganda. It was COINTELPRO that put us in this position. I prove to you that the Bowery Boys, that the Plug Uglies, that the Dead Rabbits, that the Tammany Hall, that all happened while we were still enslaved. I'm proving to you right now, in the early 1800s and late 1800s and early 1900s, how the mafia and organized crime came in. I'm proving to you that immigration brings crime. Immigration brings drugs. Immigration brings weird cultures that are foreign to us. And it comes with scamming, survival mindset, and connections. They live off of connections. Everything to them is connected, because in their country, they don't have a judicial system. They have a form of judicial system, but it doesn't work. It's fully broken. It's fully compromised. They have to have a brother-in-law in power and for them to be able to do anything. And they bring that stuff here and they get into our government, and it's called corruption. That's what immigration brings. It brings corruptions, it brings scams, it brings schemes, it brings organized crime, it brings connections, it brings some other stuff too. Weird stuff with children. I'll just say it like that. It brings some other stuff too, because we don't practice that here. Okay? So that's what I'm trying to tell you, family, that whatever they're doing has nothing to do with us. They dump their crime on us because they see the YT do it. And we have to put a stop to that. We are no longer letting people cosplay and infiltrate our culture and then drop negative things off and negative stereotypes on us. We're releasing ourselves from that burden. We're no longer the world scapegoat or America's scapegoat. Now everybody has to hold their own nuts. Everybody has to deal with their own degenerate and their own crime, because there's no such thing as black crime. There's no such thing as black crime, family. So do me a favor, just check out the website, fbacoin.org. Join our Telegram, because guess what? If you join our Telegram, you'll know exactly when we're launching. If you're not in our Telegram, you won't know when we're launching. And listen, privileges come to those who get in early. That's all I'm going to say. Privileges come to those who get in early. Listen, you can buy on the news or you can buy on the rumor. If you buy on the rumor, that's where you stand to make money. If you buy on the news, that's when it's probably too late. So we're trying to get our people in early, because this is going to explode. Okay, it's going to explode once it goes down. Like I said, we're already making major moves, major connections right now. We got 1,000 people in the Discord family and 100 people in the Telegram right now. We're only going to take off, family. We're only going to do bigger and better. That's all I got to say, family. I'm not going to keep anybody too much longer than that. Hey, this has been the Too Much Moxie podcast. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for taking the time out. I know it's late night. I appreciate the 9.2K hearts. Okay, I appreciate the panel. Everybody came on the panel, even if you were African, even if you were a disrespectful pale face, even if you were a YT supremacist, man. Even if you were a reservation bandit. Hey, It's all love at the end of the day. It's love socially, but it's economic warfare all the time. Okay? We are going to battle it out for resources, and that's just the way it is. And we're not going to give you any kind of advantage. We're going to take all the advantage and move it over to our side, because this is Black American country. Regardless of what you may think or feel, this is our country. We are the most American out of any American person claiming to be American. Everybody's an immigrant but us. That's what the world needs to understand, and that's what I want you to understand. Everybody's an immigrant but us. We were here before there was a United States. Wherever they was at, in Africa, those are new booties. If your country started in 1960, don't even dare holler at us about anything African. Don't even dare. So with that being said, family, I'm going to end the live. Peace, love, reparations, and the blockchain. Take care.